But I got it back up. I need a trade and restart. Oh wait, I got it. It's back up now. Thanks, sorry. All right, here we're back on. Sorry about that. All right, we had a little crash there. Sorry, we're back. Give me a second, I'll get the scoreboard back.
Currently 11-1.
There we go.
Burton and Chamberlain on top.
That was a close one.
It was. Didn't want to miss too much of this one as the stream went down, so very lucky that it was back up very quickly. Tice Cobb out in front. Make it 15-1 now. Burton really getting on top of Tice Cobb the last few rounds. Now here's Logan Chamberlain on the right. Lays it out in front, and I recently was listening to the appearance on AJ Sims and Jaime Sanchez podcast that Logan and Justin made, and both of them, quiet kids, soft-spoken, but they're not super, veterans in this game. Logan talking just about how he used to play with his mom and how she used to give him so much trouble, and now after he just plays over and over again, he practices. He mentioned practicing with Ryan Fillingham and all these people around the area, and he has just grown so much as a player, and it's been on display this season.
Yeah, back in the day when I actually used to play, I remember playing with Tracy Chamberlain. So
it's always so interesting to learn the stories and the background of how these players get into the sport, because there's so many ways you can be brought into it. Here's Tubby in there and just barely hanging on the front side of the hole. It's 2 points shy now for Burton and Chamberlain to advance past the Cobb brothers in round number 10. So far, the 1 seed has looked as advertised, giving up just 1 point here in 2 games. And I almost wonder if there's an increased motivation for Burton and Chamberlain here, because they win the first national. They don't end up bringing it home in the second one. I mean, it's tough to win any national titles. There's many players in the ACL that have no titles to their name, let alone the 2 that Justin Burton has already added to his career as a rookie pro.
Yeah. All right, we're going to take a look at it.
Probably trying to figure out just some strategy here, down 19-1. You don't want to give up anything, obviously.
You got to get that bag to go in the hole somehow.
Yeah, I'm not sure how Tice is going to somehow be able to drag that bag over. It's on the opposite side of where he's throwing. So unless Burton gives him some help here, he might be in a rough spot. Going to have to catch that front left corner. Got a little bit of it. As here's Justin Burton. Ooh, and he kind of just bullies it back out of the way.
Justin takes off his phones. He's pretty confident this bag is not going to go back in.
Tice Cobb, final bag of the round, puts it in, and that will do it. What a display from Burton and Chamberlain. The number 1 seed takes the victory 21-1 over Tubby and Tice Cobb. And they've now given up just 1 point in 2 rounds as they advance to take on Eric Anderson and Timmy Jonas. But stick with us after this break as we have yet another fantastic matchup as Alex Rawls and Trey Birchfield ready to take on Matt Guy and that guy right there, Jamie Graham, up next here on YouTube. back live in Portland, Oregon for the 2023 ACL Bag Brawl. Thanks again for taking your Friday evening with us on YouTube. And ladies and gentlemen, we have the third straight fantastic game here on the live stream. We started off with Miranda Coy and Lori Dool taking the win. You just saw Justin Burton Jr. and Logan Chamberlain, the number 1 seed in ACL Pro Doubles action, take a victory. And now we have 4 of the best in the business right now. Matt Guy and Jamie Graham taking on Alex Rawls and Trey Birchfield. We still await some of these warm-up throws. Trey Birchfield on your left, Jamie Graham on your right. And you look at these 4 competitors, and the number one thing that comes to your mind are titles in this game. Jamie Graham and Matt Guy, top 2 in the ACL. Trey Birchfield, barely ahead of Mark Richards still in his career. One of the best of the young players we have in the ACL. And of course, Alex Rawls recently picking up his first national singles title at the last one in Erie. It looks like we'll start on this side with Alex Rawls, ready to spin the bag, figure out who's got lead bag. And Chase, I believe this is the first time we've had Matt Guy in our bracket all season long. He's somehow been avoiding us, but it'll be pretty interesting to see his display of dominance.
Yeah, we've had Brett Guy many times, and we have Jamie Graham and Alex Rawls, and I think we've even had Birchfield on ours, didn't we? Maybe we haven't had.
We might have had him for teams if we did.
Yeah, that's right.
Rawls and Guy starting off bag for bag. And if there's anyone new to the sport here in the live stream, Matt Guy, they call him the GOAT, and he is called that for a reason. You see that airmail trying to drag that front one through as well. Couldn't quite get it to go, but you look at the stats coming into this event. Matt Guy leads the ACL in PPR, that's points per round, and 4-bag percentage, 46% for Matt Guy this season.
Wow.
Just unreal numbers. And on the other side, you see Jamie Graham throwing on the right. Matt Guy's teammate recently took the bracket in Erie as he was able to avoid getting double dipped by Jacob Gore in, just fantastic fashion. One of the best 2-game stretches that we've had all season.
Yeah, those are remarkable matches.
I'm sure plenty of the people in the stream today were part of that experience, and Jacob Gore, we thought he had it, but Jamie Graham just showed his veteran mindset and the ability to focus for that long of a period of time, and it ended up paying off. Score still 0-0, heading into round number 3. As here's Alex Rawls ready with the lead bag. And we have a bracket update at the bottom of this right side of the winner's bracket. Lori Dool and Miranda Coy, they've actually fought back into the game between Doug Zaft and Bill Hadley. 14-13 now. Zaft and Hadley still on top. Winner of that one waiting to take on Adam Hissner and Cody Henderson. Matt Guy stepping way outside for this 3rd bag of the round. Clearly he wasn't happy about that one, just kind of yelling out in frustration. Rawls steps out himself, able to drag 2 through. Nice pickup by Alex Rawls. We'll see if Matt Guy can follow suit. He actually drifts off to the left. And again, there's just another example. Elite shot making on the part of Alex Rawls, and that earns you 1 point. That is how difficult it is to score against someone like Matt Guy. And looking back at last year's Bag Brawl event, Jamie Graham and Matt Guy, they were the doubles titles winners. They took the win at the Bag Brawl, and they actually took the win in the national before that last season. So they went on a two national event run of winning doubles titles, and I mean, it just displays that in their career resume. Over 20 or over almost 40 titles between the two of them. We mentioned earlier in the stream, over 120 titles being represented in this bracket alone. A good portion of that coming from Jamie Graham and Matt Guy. That's a nice airmail from Graham to finish the round. Make it 2-0 now. Birchfield and Rawls still out in front.
Yeah, that was clean. That didn't even touch that bag in front. That was impressive.
Coming into this event, we mentioned earlier on the stream, Jamie Graham and Matt Guy were Trey Ryder's pick to come out of this bracket in, a bracket where you could probably comfortably select of maybe 6 or 7 teams, and no one would really, argue with you. It's tough to pick out all these top teams and predict before you see them out on the courts against each other. But so far, Rawls and Birchfield have been on top just a tad, up 2-0 in round number 5.
This is definitely a team that could win it all as well. I mean, they could go on to win the whole thing just as easily as Jamie, Matt, Eric, Brett, Adam and Cody.
It's actually a rematch, not in the same format. In Erie, it was in singles, but Jamie Graham and Alex Rawls, they were the ones who played against each other for that singles title. Jamie Graham was able to dethrone Justin Burton Jr. in Erie in the semifinal, eventually took the loss to Alex Rawls on the broadcast. So we'll see if he can get just a little bit of vengeance on the live stream this afternoon.
Oh, I think he wanted to drag that bag.
Jamie Graham, final bag of this round. He somehow sneaks it through. Perfectly placed backside airmail. Avoids any trouble. And that's a big reason why Jamie Graham is one of the toughest to go against. Just a picture-perfect shot when he needed to. And you almost have to wonder how much of facing Matt Guy and Jamie Graham for these other teams, how much of it is all the mental part? Going up against a team that, again, nearly 40 titles split between the two of them. It's just absurd at this point, and you go into a game, you don't want to get down early. That's exactly what Birchfield and Rawls have been able to do. They've limited damage. They've kept this 2-point lead for 7 rounds now. Might be giving it up here, though. Guy is able to put that one through. 2-2 now, heading into round number 8.
2-2, round 8. I think we're in for a long game.
I don't disagree.
Let us know in the chat who you think is going to win this one. Still early, but
still anyone's game at this point. Birchfield and Rawls have been looking very impressive as well. Hole for hole, and now Birchfield out in front, left it kind of short. Might be a good block on Graham. Not quite, though, as he just rises over the top with the airmail. We'll see if Birchfield can collect on the push. Nope. Slides off to the left. Graham and Guy with 4 unanswered now. And that's the danger of trying to force a situation against a team like Jamie Graham and Matt Guy. You force a situation, and if you can't capitalize on it yourself, you might be in some trouble.
Absolutely.
Rawls stepping outside, almost able to drag that one through himself. That is just insane. Able to slide that one through. Didn't even touch Alex's bag. Rawls is able to clean it up. In a 4-2 game here in round number 9. Rawls' final bag off to the backside.
That's another 2.
Even us up at 4. 6-2. Heading into round number 10. And just for a moment on the outside of this court, Brett Guy was taking a quick look in on this game. Maybe just trying to keep an eye on some of the competition that him and Eric Davis may have to face off with. Of course, Davis and Brett Guy down already into the lower bracket. They lost 21-6 to David Morse and Ethan Walker. So they'll have to work real hard to get themselves back up to the top. Graham up top. That airmail is hitting this game. He hasn't missed one yet, I don't think.
He had one, but it stayed on the board. This will be an impressive one if he can do it again here.
He actually slides to the backside of the hole. Wasn't too happy about that finish. Birchfield finishes through the hole. Able to snag 2 more points for his team. (6-4) here in round 11. Rawls out in front with the lead bag. And we were actually witnesses to the eventual singles winner in Erie. We got to see Alex Rawls take on his brother Alan in the singles semifinal on our court. Oh my goodness, a perfect airmail from Matt Guy. And you just look at his face, just stone cold. And what a pickup from Alex Rawls. Picks up 3 on that throw. Shot for shot, Matt Guy and Alex Rawls. What a round 11 that was.
That was a whole lot of technique and skill in that round.
And the fans at home may look at the scoreboard. It stays the same, but that cannot discredit the shot making we just saw between Matt Guy and Alex Rawls. That was ridiculous. We'll see how Birchfield and Jamie Graham can follow that one up here in round number 12, 6-4. Graham able to sneak through on that push. Birchfield replaces that front block. We'll see how Jamie attacks it. Brings in one of each. Left side is open if Trey Birchfield can find a way through. Kind of drifted off to the right. Jamie Graham ready for the final bag of the round, and he'll actually walk it on down and talk it over with his partner. Get a look at the board here as they take a discussion about what the strategy should be for Jamie Graham. He's got one of those green bags to the back right of the hole. It's going to be tough to bring that one in without any of the bags thrown by Trey Birchfield. Goes up top for it, airmail, and he actually bounced off the back of the hole. Off the back side of the board, and that's a point for Birchfield and Rawls. 6-5. Headed into the next round. And Chase, how impressed have you been with Rawls and Birchfield? I know they've got the name brand, they've got the past success, especially Trey Birchfield. Over 12 titles, up at 14 now in his career. And so he's not going to shy from this challenge, but the demeanor of them to go shot for shot with Matt Guy and Jamie Graham has been really impressive.
All four of these players are just exceptional players. So you expect this kind of game of all four of them.
And I feel like we're lucky to have a double elimination format because a game like this, as Matt Guy just drifts to the right, giving up a tough round. Make it 7-6 now. Rawls and Birchfield out in front. But in a game like this where you have four heavy hitters in the game of cornhole, it would be a discredit for this to be a single elimination where one of these teams is done for the day. So it's going to be fun to see which one of these two teams has to go down to the lower bracket and fight their way back up to potentially the bracket final and a doubles title here in Portland. Graham airmail barely touches the board before it goes through. Birchfield tried to follow suit and he left it short and it actually bounced off the back. Jamie Graham is feeling it right now.
God, that bag went through so quick. It didn't even look like it went through the hole.
He's still got one left in his hand. I wonder if he's going to go for it again. Birchfield off the back again. This is a huge opportunity for Jamie Graham. Going for it again.
Goodness, 3 in a row.
Excellence on display from Jamie Graham. Make it 14-7. That is the type of big point round you really cannot give up to a team like Jamie Graham and Matt Guy. Into round number 15, 14-7. How will Alex Rawls and Trey Birchfield weather this storm that Jamie Graham just started? Hole for hole start. It's up to Rawls to wash this round out. He's able to do it. And we'll head to round 16 with the same score. And Chase, this really doesn't feel like a round 3 matchup between these two teams. These teams are playing like everything is at stake right now, and we're seeing it with the shot making from all 4 of these men.
Oh, absolutely. Even the loser of this game is going to come back out of the winner's bracket, and we'll see him again.
Jamie Graham and Matt Guy, they gave up 1 point in the first round to Richard Bushway and Ricky Canton. They gave up 3 points to Mike Ferreira and Cody Johnson. And now they are here. 7 points is the most that they've given up this entire bracket. But that's not to say it's not still impressive. 7 points is the most you've given up is insane. Tough finish to this round for Jamie Graham as he actually brought one of Trey Birchfield's through, and Trey finishes through the middle.
A little bit of a revenge round there for Trey after giving up so many points the last one.
It's a big one for Trey Birchfield. He cuts this deficit now just to 3, 14-11. And Rawls takes over the lead bag, and this is another example that anything can happen in the ACL. You give up a huge 3 impressive airmail round to Jamie Graham, and right next up, you put 4 points back up on the board for your own team. Rawls has to figure out a way to get that front left bag closer to the hole, perfectly executed. Graham to the back right. Rawls trying to finish. He does. He collects it. And here's a chance for Matt Guy. Alex Rawls was yelling across saying, hey, we don't need to yell like Matt Guy was doing when Jamie Graham just finished 3 airmails. And that's a strong showing there from Alex Rawls. 14-13 now, just a 1-point game headed into round 18. How about this? Slight crowd forming around our court as some of the competitors waiting for their next game starting to take this one in. They're starting to see a special performance out here. Graham in there again. Jamie able to collect 2. Able to just clear off the board. Here's an open board chance for Birchfield. He finishes. Now it's up for Jamie to avoid giving up any points. He washes out round 18. And Chase, we said, give your predictions to who's going to win this one about maybe 10 minutes ago when this game was 2-2.
Yep.
We're sitting at 14-13 in round 18. I still have no idea who's going to come out of this one.
Well, only one person in the chat made a call. Only one person was willing to make that call, and it still could go either way.
Rawls steps out, hits that shot, couldn't drag that left bag through. Here's Matt Guy. Got it. Now here's the final bag for Alex Rawls in round 19. Off to the left. Matt Guy, final bag of the round, airmails through.
Drags the wrong one.
He can't believe it. He just threw his hat off the screen. I don't know if we saw that on camera. That was some frustration.
That was for the game there, and he got the wrong one.
16-13 now. And Chase, you mentioned that scenario. That's how quickly, on a dime, this one can be over if a mistake is made, and these teams are feeling the pressure. Jamie Graham out in front of the hole. Birchfield hangs to the right side. Clear board for Birchfield. Left it short. So there's a 2-pointer for Jamie Graham and Matt Guy. Make it 18-13, just 3 points shy of taking this matchup. Matt Guy with the lead bag. Rawls drifting to the left. Another tough throw for Alex Rawls. Chance for Guy and Graham to maybe put something together here. Rawls sneaks in without bringing any in for Matt Guy. Airmail from Guy drags one. That left side bag, though, still hanging on for dear life. Final bag of the round. Guy drags
nice.
two. Big shot for Matt Guy. And that will do it.
Wow.
21 rounds of fantastic action. But Jamie Graham and Matt Guy take the victory over Trey Birchfield and Alex Rawls. Wow, what a game that was, Chase.
Wow, what a game. That was crazy. All right, well, up next.
Yeah, we'll have some more great action coming up. We have back live in Portland, Oregon, and we have another great matchup. We're 4 for 4, ladies and gentlemen. Miranda Coy and Lori Dool back up on our court, ready to take on Adam Hissner and Cody Henderson. First time we're seeing them this weekend. Not the first time, though, in this national season. Henderson and Hissner have given trouble to doubles teams like Jacob Trzynski and Tony Smith. And they are two of the best. We'll see if Coy and Dool are up to the challenge. The way they got here, they took down Rosie Streaker and Samantha Finley 22-11. That was our first game of the afternoon here on the stream. Then they actually made a comeback effort against Doug Zaft and Bill Hadley. They won that one 23-17. That was an impressive comeback. They were down quite a bit early in that game, and they have fought their way on to this round 3 matchup. On the other side for Adam Hissner and Cody Henderson, they came into this bracket as our 3 seed. Took down Matt Allen and Whitney Martinez 23-13. Then got the win over Zachary Lewis and Ryan Hart 24-8. As we are set to start off round number 1. Miranda Coy on your right, Cody Henderson on the left. One of the most expressive players that we have in the American Cornhole League. One of the most fun to watch. He brings so much energy. And really, you can't complain about when you watch Cody Henderson. Just one of the most entertaining players.
Yes. And again, I mentioned earlier, he had that perfect game on our live stream. You know, I would love to see him throw another perfect game on our live stream.
Yeah, it's something special when you watch somebody do it live in front of you. It's different when you're watching it at home or on a broadcast, but when you can see it with your own eyes in front of you, I mean, you almost can't believe it. I mean, every single bag was just perfect out of his hands.
Yep. It was quite the showing.
Adam Hissner in the hat on the right, Lori Dool in the baseball cap on the left. Hissner pushing on that last throw. And Chase, by the end of this bracket, when we're looking at the results, it's going to be bizarre looking as, Dool flies off the back of the board. Hissner looking to finish the round. He drags 2 in. Strong round for Adam Hissner. Make it 3-2 as they take the lead over Dool and Coy. But back to what I was saying a moment ago, we're going to look at the results after this game, or after this bracket, and see some of these teams and the names finishing, 6th or 7th, and we're going to be like, how in the heck did this team finish 6th? It's just because this bracket is just completely stacked.
Yeah.
I mean, it's completely possible that a team like Adam Hissner and Cody Henderson, one of the best teams in doubles that we have in the ACL, could finish like 8th, which is just ridiculous. Coy able to finish on that drag. A really nice throw from Miranda Coy there.
Sorry, I was late on that transition. I was just looking ahead at the bracket, the next games we're going to get. Looking like we'll be seeing Justin Burton Jr., Logan Chamberlain versus David Morse and Ethan Walker on this court. Next, after that, we'll get the winner of this game versus Jamie Graham and Matt Guy, who we just watched. So some great games coming up.
We have seen some impressive airmail display all season long. Jacob Trzynski. We saw Jimmy McGuffin even earlier at the first national and seniors throwing some airmails. Those ones from Jamie Graham in the last game were some of the most impressive we've seen on our court all season long. Just no hesitation. Barely even touched any part of the hole. So it's going to be a challenge for whoever comes out of this game to be able to take down Graham and Guy.
I mean, Lori and Miranda came into this the 27th seed. I mean, they're doing remarkable right now.
At this point, pretty much any matchup they have, it's going to be an upset if they get a win. They just took down Doug Zaft and Bill Hadley, who came in as the 11th seed in our bracket. They're actually 2 people we'll see as well in pro teams tomorrow with the Arizona Burn and the Carolina Coasters. Henderson, tough round start here. Left and right. Can't quite find that center line. Back bag still hanging on for dear life. Coy rolled around the hole and stayed to the backside. Henderson's able to finish, but not before he leaves 2 right up on the board. 6-3 now. Dool and Coy out in front heading into round number 6. And Chase, you don't want to pick, who you want to win in this game, but you just think about some scenarios we could see in a little bit here, and the way that Hissner and Henderson are so vocal when they play, and the way that we just saw Matt Guy screaming and yelling after that last round to take the win over Alex Rawls and Trey Birchfield. You would imagine some chirping would be going on between those two teams.
I got to tell you, that would be a pretty fun matchup, to watch.
Think about Cody Henderson yelling across at Matt Guy or something. I mean, it would just be insane.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you think about Lori Dool and Miranda Coy. It's been a great run so far, and if they can continue this into this winner's bracket, I mean, this has been one of the best showings we've seen all day.
Yeah, I mean, Lori and Miranda are still up now. They're playing great, so.
6-5 into round number 7. Hole for hole between Coy and Henderson. Another strong round for Dool and Coy. Make it 8-5. And we have a quick bracket update for you. Justin Burton Jr. and Logan Chamberlain taking down Eric Anderson and Timmy Jonas. 24-16, and we actually have JBJ joining us live at the broadcast table. Justin, how you doing?
Good, how about you?
Doing well. We've seen a lot of great action on this court, not just you and Logan as your partner, but it's the second time we're seeing Miranda and Lori Dool today. They've looked very impressive. Did you see anything from our last game with Jamie Graham and Matt Guy at all?
I saw the very last round when Matt and Jamie won.
When Matt Guy is going like that and he's yelling, he's screaming, does that get at you at all when you're playing against them?
Not really. I try to block everything out. Plus, I wear headphones, so I don't really hear most of it.
Does it surprise you at all that some players play without headphones? I would imagine that, when your opponent's going crazy like that, that could get pretty distracting.
Yeah, it can. I mean, I used to not play with headphones, and then one day I just tried it. It's not that people affected me when they got loud. It's just I never really had to. And I tried it one tournament, and I did really well with it, and so I've just used them ever since. But I think some people definitely use them to block the other opponents out.
When you looked at this bracket coming in, because we've been talking about it the whole stream, so many elite teams, not just you guys coming in as the 1 seed. We're seeing some on display here. We've already seen some earlier in the stream. When you guys looked at this bracket, who were some of the teams that were, kind of on your radar?
I mean, definitely Matt and Jamie, and we have Trey and Alex in our bracket too. There's Adam and Cody. We had EA and Timmy Jonas on our side, who we just had to beat. There's a couple of solid teams in our bracket.
And with the way that you guys have had so much success this season, I'm assuming you look at these brackets, and while you see the talent, does that intimidate you guys at all? Are you still feeling as confident as ever?
I'm just still as confident as ever. I try not to worry about who I'm playing against. I just go in there and just try to play my game.
Chase, you got any questions for your fellow conference player here?
I just hope he does. I hope he wins it all. I can't pick teams here, but I always got to root for my Southwest Conference.
Yes, sir.
Got to root for my guys.
Is this your first time in Portland?
Yes, it is. We actually been here all week. We got here on Monday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we came here straight from Arizona because it was cheaper to do that than just go back to Texas and then come back up here.
Did you go sightseeing at all today?
Not today. We went to a couple malls and did a couple stuff while we were here so far. It's been pretty fun.
Final bag of round 10 for Lori Dool here. 8-7 out in front. And now we have Logan Chamberlain with us on the mic. Logan, how are you doing now?
Pretty good, pretty good.
And I was talking with Justin just a moment ago about all of this amazing talent in this bracket specifically. When you looked at this bracket, who were some of the ones that stood out to you?
I mean, obviously got Matt Guy, Jamie Graham, Alex Rawls, Trey Birchfield, but they're in the losers bracket, I believe.
Yep.
I mean, there's just a lot of good teams. Can't sleep on Adam and Cody either.
What is it about that Cody and Adam that gets you guys, feeling like they could be a big challenge? Outside of just obviously, the talent that they have. Is it anything like where, they're loud?
They like to talk a little. And we're 0-1 against them, so if we do play them, we'll want to get one back. We got to close the game here, though.
Round 12 action. Dool and Hissner ready to throw again. 9-7. Dool and Coy out in front.
That's real bold, Brett.
What do you say? Logan, I have to tell you, I watched your guys' appearance on AJ Sims and Jaime's podcast a while ago when I was prepping for this event. And you talked about how you started playing with your mom, and Chase actually said he remembered playing some action against your mom as well.
Yeah, she definitely showed up to some of his regionals back in the day.
You think now with how much you've improved, is there a single time you think your mom would actually give you a challenge?
Oh, gosh. I hope she's not watching this, but no, not a chance.
Well,
if she gets back playing again, there's a chance, but...
Most recent comment in the stream says Logan is winning singles this weekend.
That's real bold. I'm going to try to make it happen.
You guys like playing each other in singles competition?
No.
Absolutely not. No one wants to play their partner.
Lori and Miranda are throwing fire today.
Yeah, we were talking about it in this.
They took down Rosie and Sam.
Exactly. Came in as the 27 seed.
Yep. Shows you anyone can win. I mean, if you look at our side, too, you had Brett and Eric lose to Ethan Walker and David Morse, so that was a little unexpected.
We'll see a lot of really impressive teams move down to the losers bracket and have to fight their way back. And obviously, you don't want to be in the losers bracket, but do you guys see any sort of advantage when you get to just keep playing and playing all the way through until the final? Do you not like to wait in that king's seat for so long?
I typically say no, but we've lost our fourth game at every single national, or both nationals so far, and came back in double dip, so...
Yeah, there's a little bit of advantage having to stay on the same court for the rest of the games and just playing back-to-back. I mean, you stay hot, so... But no one wants to be in the loser bracket.
I definitely prefer staying in the winners bracket.
Yeah, same.
Nine game.
9-13.
9-13. The scoreboard waiting for an update. How much experience do you guys have in playing Lori Dool and Miranda Coy? You guys played them too much yet?
I don't think I've ever
I
played
don't
them.
think we've ever played them in doubles.
What does that do for mentality? Do you guys change anything up when you have an opponent you haven't seen before?
Not really.
Just keep playing our game.
Yeah, we just play the same.
Oh, wow, what a
That's
ball.
nice.
Is that 5?
I think so, yeah.
Miranda Coy has been on fire today, not just in this game. She's been really impressive in the first one we saw as well.
She's bringing that energy down there, too.
When you guys are able to just take in games like you are now, who's some of your favorite pros to watch when you're just chilling back?
I like the pros that talk a little. So I go Cody and Jordan Power.
Yeah, watching Jordan's fun.
Alex Rawls, when he gets going, he can hit any shot in the world.
Yeah.
Push for 4 here.
Almost got it.
Still got another bag.
Backside drag.
She's probably just going to push through her block.
Oh, man, short.
Big shot here.
Might be able to get 6.
Final bag of round 16. Down by 1, 14-13. Hissner up top. Airmail, he's got it. Couldn't quite drag that front bag, though.
Lead change.
17-14. Hissner able to take advantage.
Uh-oh. It's good game here.
Drag it.
Might be a tough finish to this game for Miranda Coy. Henderson drift to the left. Just a tad bit off. Coy needs to finish strong, though. (19-14). No mistakes allowed for Dool and Coy.
Another chance for them to end it here.
Did you guys ever wear a hat like Adam Hissner wears when you play?
No.
No, I don't even like regular hats, wearing them that much. So
That's a one-of-one look from Adam Hissner there.
yeah, and that'll do it.
A miracle shot here.
Dool puts it through.
All right, thanks for having us on.
Yes, sir. Thank you for joining the
Yes, sir.
broadcast. And we'll see you guys in action in just a bit. But Adam Hissner and Cody Henderson take down Lori Dool and Miranda Coy 21-14 by round 18. They'll head down to the losers bracket. Not done yet, though, so they still have a chance to fight back in this one. And stick with us after this quick break. We'll have JBJ right there on the screen and Logan Chamberlain coming up. Matchup between David Morse and Ethan Walker here on the American Cornhole League YouTube channel. back live in Portland, Oregon, as we have another action in doubles competition.
Accidental boo there on the roadcaster.
Yeah. But we have JBJ and Logan Chamberlain back up on the court, ready to take on David Morse and Ethan Walker. Round 4 matchup here. Winner of this one advances to the winner's bracket final in an afternoon that feels like it is moving along quickly.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Already, we have the winner's bracket semifinals matchups happening. As we are just about set. See Justin Burton Jr. on the left. Ethan Walker on your right.
Ethan Walker and David Morse have had quite the afternoon. They also came in as a much lower seed and have had a whole lot of success today.
And Ethan Walker, just 18 years old, out of Newton, Iowa. He's a great example of the way that you can just develop so much in a short amount of time.
Yes.
And, I mean, he didn't win a cornhole game for the first 3 months of playing. And now you see him as an ACL pro competing at the national events. It's just incredible.
Well, they took down Brett Guy and Eric Davis 21-6.
And they advanced to take down Brent Smith and Kevin Whitaker 21-8. They, as Miranda Coy and Lori Dool have just been knocked down in the losers bracket, they may be, jumping up to that most impressive run so far in this bracket. And if they can take down the number 1 seeded Logan Chamberlain and Justin Burton Jr., that would be quite the feather in their cap.
Oh, man, that'd be very impressive.
See JBJ and Logan throwing those blue and pink BGs. Black and red bags for Morse and Walker. Chamberlain, hard push. Trying to bar of soap, and he actually flew off the back side of the board. Back and forth communication here between Morse and Walker in round number 2, already down 4-0. Final bag of the round. Here's Morse trying to roll it over the top.
Oh, he almost takes in Logan's bag. Very risky shot.
Could have been dangerous. You're right, Chase. But here's Ethan Walker throwing against JBJ, the number 2 pick in the 3rd round of the ACL draft by the Mays. I'm sure Ethan Walker, at just 18 years old, he looks at Justin Burton, who's just around 20 years old, thinking, in 2 years, if I could be in your position, that would be very ideal. 2-point round for Ethan Walker makes it 4-3 heading into round number 4. We just had JBJ and Logan on the commentary with us, and it was fun to pick their brain a little bit more than just one-word answers from something we've come to expect from some of the players here.
Yeah, you get some of these kids, I say kids, all players really, first couple times out on the interview, that you get the yes-no answers. But, after they've been on a couple times, they get their feet wet. It's a little easier for them to open up.
Morse able to cut around that front block from Chamberlain.
Jacob, you ever had that problem starting out? Shyness on the microphone at all?
Oh my gosh, you would not believe the shyness in real life for me.
I kind of have this image of you being born with a microphone in your hand, though. So.
Not at all. Chamberlain able to pick that shot up. Really nice push there from Logan.
Yes, that was great.
Evens this one up at 4-4 heading into round number 5. Nice pickup there from Burton Jr. And looking around at coming into this bracket, some of the favorites I had outside of this number 1 seed. I know I'm looking at Trey Birchfield, Alex Rawls, Brett Guy, and Eric Davis. Both of those teams already in the losers bracket. Cannot afford any more mishaps on the boards today. And it's going to be very impressive to see which team can come out of that losers bracket. It is an absolute gauntlet.
I got to tell you, I'm really looking forward to, after we finish these winners games out, going to that elimination bracket and seeing the teams coming out of there, because it's, win or go home at that point.
Yeah.
And I think we'll see a lot more enthusiasm and emotions coming out of these players in that bracket.
I'm going to be wondering and looking at the risk taking in this losers bracket, because you would think in general you want to be playing more safe when you have everything to lose. You don't want to risk too much and kind of get yourself blown out of a game. But sometimes when you're playing against so much talent like we have in this bracket, you kind of have to take those risks if you want to actually pick up a victory.
Yeah, but I also think that, once you've been playing for that long, you've made it into the elimination bracket pretty far, you've gotten pretty warmed up, and taking those risks are a lot, less risky. So I think we'll see a lot of great shots coming from these players in that lower bracket.
Morse, final bag, bar of soap off the back of the board. Kind of just shrugged it off, though. He was fine with it. Chamberlain up top, trying not to push that other Morse bag through with his last throw. Thank you all again for spending your Friday evening with us here on the ACL YouTube channel. Over 140 of you tuning into this one.
140? I got 403.
I don't know, maybe my numbers are out of date, but I got 146.
412. Regardless, please share this link and help drive up our numbers as we get into this winners brackets, finals.
And we'll be bringing you all the action you'll want to see today. The best teams all in this bracket. And again, if you believe in superstition and patterns, the last 2 doubles title winners have come out of me and Chase's bracket.
That's right.
These national events have been really fun to take in, and we have been lucky enough to see eventual champions come out of our afternoon brackets.
Well, I got to tell you, you got your wish coming up next. We've got Matt Guy and Jamie Graham playing Adam Hissner and Cody Henderson. I mean, how much fun is that going to be?
We expect a little bit of trash talk, maybe back and forth, trying to get in each other's heads. But the thing we can count on is elite cornhole from both sides.
Absolutely.
And it's going to be, it's going to be almost impossible for either team to take a win. For veterans of the sport, they've been there, they've done that. They won't be overwhelmed by the moment. Trying to reach this winner's bracket final. They'll be taking on the winner between JBJ and Logan here, and David Morse and Ethan Walker. Currently 8-6 here in round number 9. Walker somehow, I don't know if I've ever seen a shot like that, landed on JBJ's bag and pushed one through.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Didn't even hear it hit the board. It was so soft on the landing. timeout here and an examination of the situation on this board.
I mean, is there a chance that he could grab those 2 bags? I mean, probably not. I mean, that's going to be tough.
That
Maybe the back one?
Yeah, that back bag barely hanging over just the tip of the corner. JBJ, hard push. He's got a couple of them. He actually evens this one up at 8, heading into round number 10. Morse, first bag of round 10 off to the right side. Chamberlain out in front. Thought it was interesting when Logan was talking with us. He said, you know, he hopes she wasn't listening, but he was very confident saying he'd take his mom down, and you can't blame him. I mean, he learned the game from her, but I mean, we've seen it on display all season long. He's developed in front of our eyes, and
yes,
to one of the best players in the ACL.
I'll make sure she sees it.
Share it with her, Chase.
I will.
It's interesting to get your insight. You know, you have so many connections to a lot of the best players on display in the ACL, and it's really great to get your insight and background with these players before they were the superstars they are now.
Well, that's true with some of these players, but players like, JBJ, I mean, these are guys that just came out of nowhere. I mean, I did not get a chance really to get to know Justin as he was coming up. I knew his father, but, Justin Burton Jr. was winning titles, long before I even met him. And he's just been having the most amazing success in Texas long before I got a chance to meet him.
Gotta think at this point of the season, still the leader for MVP in the league. I mean, #1 in singles, #1 doubles team with Logan still, and a chance to take home yet another national title here tonight.
Oh, wow.
Airmail bounced off the backside of the board. Strong round for Morse and Walker, 14-8. How about David Morse and Ethan Walker continuing this epic run through the winner's bracket? They're trying to make it to the winner's bracket final.
Looks like Logan's ready for a timeout. There it is.
This could be a mental timeout over anything. That's a sign of a good teammate right there. Able to read your teammate across the board, make sure he's not freaking out in a freak situation like that with Ethan Walker.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Ethan's been throwing so well.
And ladies and gentlemen, we have a special guest joining us. We have Trey Ryder, the legend himself.
I'm here.
On the mic with us for the first time on one of Chase and I's streams. And
that's true.
Right now we're taking in a pretty, important game for Ethan Walker and David Morse. We just got done talking with JBJ and Logan Chamberlain during the last game with Miranda Coy and Lori Dool on display. And so far, Ethan and David, they've been putting up quite the performance.
Well, it's a good matchup of Walker and Morse. Walker's really been the one in singles that's been really good on the pair this year, but Morse has got experience. He's played everybody in any situation, in any type of venue, in any condition, no matter who it is. So it's a good team. Now, I'll say, when I sat down, I did not expect the game to be 14-12. Mm-hmm. So seemed to be hanging in there pretty good. I mean, #1 team in the world, kind of on the ropes, and it won't get easier whoever wins the next game, because it looks like we got winner of this goes what? Jamie Graham, Matt Guy, Adam Hissner, Cody Henderson, one of those two?
Yep.
Exactly.
Not going to be easier either way.
So I talked to you earlier, wanted to talk to you about your Trey's Takes section in the piece you put out about the Bag Brawl event. First question for you. You have Fisher Hamilton and Gavin Cano tied with Mark Richards and Philip Lopez for your doubles prediction. Even though in that preview you mentioned, the Bag Brawl tends to be that event where you consistently see the big names shine. What gives Fisher Hamilton and Gavin Cano tied with Mark Richards and Lopez, guys that have won national doubles events before?
Oh, because Hamilton and Kano this season have not lost early at all. I mean, if you look at any of their major losses, Hamilton and Kano have really just, I mean, they probably don't like me saying this, but they just haven't been very good on the broadcast court. But outside of the broadcast court, they have been unbelievable. I mean, running through top teams. So for me, I don't think it's that much to go out on a limb and say they win a bracket, right? If they go win the whole bracket, to me, the question becomes, can they translate what they're doing on the outer courts leading into the Final Four bracket? Can they do that on the main broadcast court? To me, that's where they become a great team. You know, you can be a good team, but a great team finds a way to balance, you know, the adversity, finds a way to power through, get a couple points, and ultimately get some wins here and there. Or even if they didn't win, I just want to see them play really well on the broadcast court. So, get what you're saying, but to me, they're a top team right now, and it would not shock me for them to win a bracket.
Winner of this matchup could be taking on Jamie Graham and Matt Guy potentially in the winner's bracket final. And you have them ranked in your prediction as coming in second to Tony Smith and Jacob Trzynski. What went into picking them out of this stacked bracket here in bracket A?
I just think it's due. Part of the reason is because when you talk about Jamie Graham and Matt Guy and you look at what they did last season, looks like they got a timeout here. They're going to take a look at something, see what shot they want, 14-14. But part of the reason I had Jamie Graham and Matt Guy in there is because the first national, we did not have Jamie Graham play his best. Matt played really, really well. Okay, the second national, Jamie Graham played really, really well. Matt didn't play his best. So the odds tell me we're talking about a team that's the winningest doubles team of all time pairing up, and you're telling me through two nationals they just haven't both played well together. To me, I was playing the odds, right? Now, I have them winning coming through this stack bracket because obviously they're two great players. As we wait and see this shot for Walker, he goes for another roll sitting on top. But I think when they run into that, I've never picked a back-to-back winner before, and I did it here with Smith and Trzynski, and I felt like that was a bold take, even though they had just won another one, just because it never happens that you win back-to-back. You have to be a real elite team like a Guy and a Graham to do that, but the way that Tony Smith as an individual is throwing right now, it's unbelievable. So I got them in there winning again. I had Graham and Guy coming in second. I really just think they're going to cruise all the way to the final, and then Smith and Trzynski are going to give them something to look at that they haven't seen a lot of, especially in the tackier conditions, and ultimately why I think they'll come up just a little bit short.
The last two doubles national winners this season have come from our bracket. So it's interesting you have Jamie Graham and Matt Guy at least making it to the final on the broadcast, but I went into it predicting JBJ and Logan would come out of this bracket, but after seeing Matt Guy finish off Alex Rawls and Trey Birchfield the way that they did, he was so energized and just yelling all over the place. He seemed almost more motivated, and a more motivated Matt Guy has got to be scary for everyone. Yeah,
well, and I think that's, it's all mental, and Matt Guy, when he's motivated, as you just alluded to, is going to be deadly. Here's the thing that's interesting to me as I'm seeing these games progress right now is that's a great roll right there, roll collect by Logan Chamberlain. The thing for me is I'm interested to see how the tacky conditions play into it, because these look like the tackiest conditions I've seen thus far at a national so far this year. And because of that, the only thing I'm worried about is I know Graham and Guy will switch bags if they need to. Now, they're throwing incinerators, which are already pretty fast, which is going to be okay, which means you're going to get some of that. With someone like a Logan Chamberlain and Justin Burton, my only worry is they're so good with these Wizards. If the Wizards get too slow, I don't know this, maybe Chase knows, but I don't know if they have another bag that they're somewhat as dominant with as a Wizard that they could go to that would be faster, because I'm not saying that they can't play at a high level when it's super tacky. I'm just saying you're going to lose a little bit of an edge, just a little bit. And so just something I'm going to be paying attention to as we get into these next few games. If it continues to get tacky, if you go against a team that's going to slide a lot of the bags in the hole, what does it ultimately look like as far as the finish goes?
Well, there's no shortage of BG bags at these events.
No,
so
there's
I'm
not.
I'm sure they could find something from someone.
Right. I mean, if they throw these BG Wizards at a 99 out of 100 when it comes to skill, even if they're throwing whatever another BG bag that's a little bit slower that would be similar to a Phil, if they're throwing at 91 out of 100, that's still, when you talk about the best players in the world, might be enough to kind of get him out of that spot. But, overall, I've just been super impressed with Logan Chamberlain and how he's been able to and how he's improved, right? I just saw Justin Burton come out of nowhere, right? I didn't see that with Logan. Logan I saw as a third place at a college championship who had a nice flat bag but was just a little inconsistent. So he's got a chance to win it here.
Man. Speaking about tacky, he could have had the game there.
Right. That's what I'm getting at. And it may not make a difference here. It doesn't, right? But my point is, so the game's over. They lose that. But I'm saying that will matter at some point today. And that's the only thing I just want to pay attention to is that they're really tacky. We need to be cognizant of that as we go through the rest of the brackets.
JBJ and Chamberlain taking the win on to the winner's bracket final. They await either Jamie Graham and Matt Guy or Adam Hissner and Cody Henderson. We'll be back in a bit. You see there, Jamie Graham ready to take the stage yet again. Jamie Graham, ready to take the stage again. Came up just short in the singles final at the last national. But here in doubles competition, him and his partner Matt Guy looking to take on Adam Hissner and Cody Henderson, looking forward toward that winner's bracket final. You see Matt Guy there, most titles of an individual player in ACL history. There you see Adam Hissner, one of the most unique players in all of the ACL. And there is his partner, Cody Henderson, arguably the most entertaining player in the ACL. And we have a great one now for you all here. Hissner throwing against Matt Guy. We'll see Cody Henderson on the other side throwing up against Jamie Graham. And Chase, how do you expect the matchups here to maybe impact this game? Obviously, 4 veterans, 4 elite players. Guy and Hissner throwing against each other. You think that's a pretty decent option?
Yeah, I mean, I really kind of wanted to see Cody throw against Matt Guy and just see a lot of that vocal back and forth, but I guess we'll just have to watch it from across the court.
Well, I hope everyone watching on YouTube has got their popcorn ready, because I anticipate this one to go pretty long. Still some warm-up throws here with Cody and Jamie Graham. You see Jamie on the right, Cody on the left. Fantastic matchup on the way. If you're just joining us, Justin Burton Jr. and Logan Chamberlain just took down David Morse and Ethan Walker in our last matchup on the stream, 25-14. They await the winner of this one, the number 1 seed in our bracket.
And if you missed it, I don't want to sell it short. That was an incredible game. Ethan Walker threw so well. That was really anybody's game up until like the last 2 rounds.
You almost have to wonder if that was anyone but JBJ and Logan. Ethan Walker and David Morse might be sitting in that winner's bracket final right now.
Oh, absolutely. They threw incredibly well.
They will be, as long as they stay hot like they were, they will be a tough out in this loser's bracket. They are on the same side as Birchfield and Rawls, Lori Dool, Miranda Coy. It's going to be a tough one. Birchfield and Rawls in the loser's bracket just finished up the day for Rosie Streaker and Samantha Finley, 27-4. They're moving on. They're taking on the winner of Jake Corley and Josh Glover and Lori Dool and Miranda Coy, 15-14 there. We get the score adjusted here from that last round. 5-0. Jamie Graham and Matt Guy out in front, heading into round number 2.
I didn't realize they started.
It's kind of hard to tell. I mean, sometimes when the board is having some sort of technical error or whatever's going on, it's tough to tell when these bags are live. You don't always get to have Bernie neighbors yelling out to a massive broadcast crowd saying, these bags are live.
You know what? Having said that, I'm going to see if I can grab him, come do that for our final game maybe. That'd be fun.
That would be pretty funny. Graham stepping out. He's got a bag off to the back left. Now 2 of them as well. Tough round for Jamie Graham. Here's a chance for Cody Henderson to come through for his team. And he does so.
Nice. Nice.
Big time performance in that round from Cody Henderson. That's a 4 spot on Jamie Graham, and it's early in this game. But that's a nice job to get your team right back in the mix.
That's 2 big scoring rounds. You know, maybe this won't be such a long game after all.
This is a winner's bracket matchup, so whoever does lose this is still very much in play for not just winning this bracket, but winning the entire doubles title here in Portland. However, when we were talking with Justin and Logan earlier, they both said you don't want to be in the loser's bracket no matter what. Even though you get to stay hot, you get to stay in the same court for a while, you want to have that king seat and have that safety of 1 game extra. That's exactly what these 2 teams are trying to do here.
Yeah.
5-6 now. Hissner and Henderson out in front. We'll see if Jamie Graham can get back on track to what we just saw in the last time he was on our court. When he hit those 3 straight airmails was just unbelievable. Tough start to this game. We'll see if he's back on track, though. Kind of a log jam up in front of the hole. I think maybe this is a chance for Jamie to go airmail. No, he decides not to. He's able to bring in both of his own. He did bring in one of Henderson's, but now Cody's got to push through and bring in both. He does. Good job by Cody to finish the round. Here's Jamie trying to do the same. It's a double 4-bagger. So we'll head into round 5, still in a 6-5 game. Hissner and Cody Henderson. Again, if you're just joining us, we mentioned earlier in the stream, second place in their bracket in the last national in Erie. Took that loss to, I believe, JT and Tony Smith. I believe we had them in our bracket.
Yeah, I believe that's correct, yes.
Had a chance to put another doubles title to their name, and now they're trying to do even better than second place in the bracket. They're trying to win the whole dang thing. And right now they have an 8-5 advantage over Jamie Graham and Matt Guy, the most accomplished duo in the entire ACL. Graham on a clear board. He's got it. Cody follows suit. It's been a lot of bag for bag between Graham and Cody Henderson. Losers bracket update for you. Lori Dool and Miranda Coy did end up finishing Jay Corley and Josh Glover. So Corley and Glover's day is over. They're on court number 6, ready to take on Trey Birchfield and Alex Rawls. That'll be a good game as well.
Yes.
On the other side of the losers bracket, we have Derek Holland and Justin Rule awaiting a start between Brent Smith and Kevin Whitaker. Guy with a chance for points, trying to work his way back into this game. And he's got it. 8-7 heading into round number 8. Graham just going up top, airmail. I don't know if he needed to do that, but he is still hot with that shot. Henderson slides off. This is a chance now for Graham and Matt Guy to take advantage. Graham again. Chase, I think that's probably 5 or 6 in a row he's hit.
I don't know if he's going to try this one or just try a block here.
He'll just leave it out in front. He says, I've already done enough damage in this round. Cody trying. Got 2 of them, but he did end up bouncing off the backside of the board. But nonetheless, that's a 4 spot for Jamie Graham. The airmail continues to hit different. It's impressive the way, sometimes players have their airmail on for one game more than they do for the other. He has just continued all of that momentum from that Birchfield and Rawls game right into the beginning of this one.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be important as well with Jamie Graham, working with Matt Guy, one of the best slide shot throwers in the entire ACL. Of course, we mentioned earlier, tops in the entire league in 4-bag percentage coming into this event. When you can have a guy that's that accurate in the hole and then your teammate is throwing bags with an airmail at that elite of a clip like Jamie Graham is right now, it's almost impossible to set up situations where you're going to score points.
I mean, this matchup is going to be very interesting. The winner of this facing JBJ and Logan, that's going to be an incredible match. I mean,
and it would not shock me at all. Whatever winner's bracket final matchup we have, we may see a replay of it in the actual bracket final, because this loser's bracket is a gauntlet like we've been saying all afternoon. And, you know, I think these two teams that are going to be left from the winner's bracket might be being seen again.
Well, I'll tell you one thing for sure. I am very confident that we're going to have the Bag Brawl doubles champion come out of our bracket again.
Feeling more confident, more confident after we've seen it on display here this afternoon.
Oh, absolutely. I wonder if they give awards to, you know, live stream courts for having the most amount of wins.
Yeah, they give out those mini cornhole board trophies to the winners at these. What could we get out of this?
I don't know.
Maybe a little tiny bag or something. maybe a puck. Maybe a model puck.
Maybe a raise. That's what I'm going for, right? Oh goodness. I don't know. I'll put a bug in Trey's ear.
If we go 4 for 4 on nationals this year, that deserves something special.
If we go 4 for 4, yes, I have to agree.
Matt Guy dialed in here in round number 11 with a 5-point lead. Sets and releases, final bag of the round going airmail. A little bit too long. Nice pick up by Hissner to finish the round. 13-8, and that's a costly miss by Guy. And a big-time pickup by Adam Hissner, able to wash that round out in what could have been quite dangerous for Cody and Adam.
And you're correct. We are gaining quite the audience here for this game, just like you said. We've got a big crowd gathering, and we're up to 455 viewers on YouTube at this point. So
I expect that crowd to just continue to rise for this winner's final, whoever comes out of this. It's going to be impressive.
Oh, wow.
Speaking of impressive, what is that? I've lost count at this point. Is that 7 in a row, maybe? 6 or 7, I have to think. Jamie Graham is on a different level right now. Are you kidding me?
That was crazy. I think Cody's got to take both these bags in.
Cody almost in disbelief, trying to figure out how he can work out of this situation. Left one on the left of the hole, and Matt Guy, all Matt Guy could do was just point across to his partner. Jamie Graham is just on a different level, like I said. He's just airmail after airmail. He's dragging bags through with him.
So, I'm sorry, that's not game, but it is 19 now. No room for error.
19-8. It's only round 13. We were thinking this could be a 25-plus, maybe 30 rounds. With the way that Cody and Adam can hang around in these games, but all of a sudden, just those quick, big rounds that Jamie Graham has been putting together today have just been huge for Graham and Guy. Hole for hole here with Guy and Hissner. The 4-bag percentage staying hot for Guy, and as I say that, he hangs on the right side of the hole. And not quite anymore, as he'll slide through with Adam Hissner's bag. Still 19-8, 2 points away for Jamie Graham in round 14. Winner of this taking on Justin Burton Jr. and Logan Chamberlain. Henderson and Graham now going hole for hole. Chance now for Jamie to finish things out potentially, unless Cody can bring that front bag through. Here's the shot by Graham. It's good. Cody needs to bring this front bag in to stay alive. And he left it short.
Hits the front of the board and slows it to another.
Just a little, not enough arc on that final shot. And after 14 rounds, Jamie Graham and Matt Guy dismiss of Adam Hissner and Cody Henderson. They're on to the winner's bracket final. And my goodness, we have a classic on our hands potentially. Justin Burton Jr. and Logan Chamberlain, the number 1 seed. You see there, JBJ, ready to take on another bracket final against that man, Jamie Graham, and his teammate Matt Guy. We'll have all that action for you in just a minute here on the ACL YouTube page. Back live in Portland, we have the winner's bracket final in just a moment for you all. JBJ and Logan Chamberlain taking on Matt Guy and Jamie Graham. But let's take a quick peek at our bracket here. Here's the loser's bracket. You take a look on the left side, Derek Holland and Justin Rule out way in front of Brent Smith and Kevin Whitaker. 19-2. They're looking to move on and take on Adam Hissner and Cody Henderson. They were just brought down here from Jamie Graham and Matt Guy in what was a very good game. And you look on the right side, Lori Dool and Miranda Coy in a tough one on court number 6 with Trey Birchfield and Alex Rawls, 10-2. Winner of that one, you see there, David Morse and Ethan Walker, who were playing exceptionally well against our number 1 seed here on the bracket, JBJ and Logan Chamberlain. They almost made it to this winner's bracket final.
Almost, yes.
And now they see a difficult road ahead to get back to the bracket final,
which we are in right now.
Interesting decisions always to look at the matchups. We see Matt Guy throwing against Logan Chamberlain. JBJ on the other side taking on Jamie Graham. And there are storylines galore in this game. You think back to the last matchup in Erie between JBJ and Jamie Graham.
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee I will get a tongue twister on that during this game at some point. But the singles matchup in the semifinals, Jamie Graham just taking down Justin Burton Jr. in convincing fashion. We'll see how either one can come out in this one. Obviously, doubles different than singles, but you have to think, that's in the back of their mind when they're throwing it against each other again.
I got to tell you, after talking to Justin and listening to him, I don't think he's concerned about whoever he faces. He's just going in and treating it as another match.
And I think that shows a lot of maturity out of a dude who's just 20 years old and really leading the ACL forward as the, arguably the MVP of the season at this point. And to be able to go into these matchups against absolute legends like Jamie Graham and Matt Guy and still feel as comfortable as you are just when you're throwing for fun, I mean, that's a really important mental aspect that allows Justin Burton Jr. to be at the top of his game at all times.
I mean, I have pressure when I'm just throwing with my friends. I can't lose to them. I lose to them. Oh, man. I lose all my street cred. What little I have, but yes.
Well, here we go. It looks like we have round one here between Logan and Matt Guy, 0-0 score. Chamberlain and Burton Jr. still relying on those blue and pink BG Wizards, the bags that they have been having success with all season long. Winner of this game takes the king seat in our doubles bracket, and they will await the losers bracket. And Matt Guy already starting things off.
Already.
See a cheeky little grin out of Logan Chamberlain. He knows it's coming. He likes some of the players that'll give some trash talk. He was talking about that with us on the broadcast not too long ago. 5-0 to start here for Graham and Guy. But we'll see if Junior can come back for his team and work this one back together. But with the way that Jamie Graham has been throwing, I don't know if anyone can outdo him today.
I mean, both him and Matt Guy have been throwing good.
They've both shown different, at different times that they can carry their team. Graham kind of finished out the last matchup with Hissner and Henderson with just another incredible display of his airmail accuracy that he has today. Final bag of round two for Justin, trying to avoid bringing in that Graham bag.
Oh, there it
and
goes.
It just falls in at the last second. He just slaps his leg. You can't believe it.
I saw that bag moving as soon as Justin's bag hit the board. I don't think it caught any of the bag. I don't think there's any contact. I think it was just the board moving that caused that bag to fall.
Still 5-0 after that eventual double four-bagger between Junior and Jamie. As here's Logan now.
Building a wall.
Logan trying to roll over the top. That's his game. Couldn't quite get it to fall through, though.
Here's what I was saying, Schrantz. Bag hanging up on that left side. Normal conditions, that goes in. Just saying.
Fun little tidbit there from Trey Ryder. As Matt Guy is stepping way outside.
Oh.
Almost collected all three.
There's another sticky.
Not sure if anything is going to fall on contact. Ends up being the case. 7-0 start for Graham and Guy heading into round number 4. A surprising start to this winner's bracket final. Number 1 seed looking in trouble. We mentioned earlier, we probably expect that there's a good chance whoever does end up taking the loss in this final, they have a good chance of working themselves back into at least the bracket final and potentially double dipping whoever sits in this king seat. There's a nice pickup from Justin Burton Jr. And here it goes again. There's a bag off to the back for Graham. This is where JBJ needs to capitalize. He does. Able to avoid contact. Graham slides through. Chance here for Burton Jr. to put together a big round. That's what they needed. Big-time response from Burton Jr. Put a 4-piece on against Jamie Graham.
And you need to do that.
Seven to 4 now here in round number 5. Logan Chamberlain with the lead bag. There's a bag barely kind of tipping off the backside of the board from Matt Guy. Another opportunity for Chamberlain now this time to take advantage. Guy left another bag up short this time. Chamberlain tries to roll over the top. Couldn't get it to go. You can kind of see it on the face of Chamberlain. He knows that he squandered this opportunity to put some points on the board against Matt Guy.
Yep. Matt started off with that bag on the back, and clearly Logan's round to give up.
9-4 into round number 6. You think, Logan, he likes to go for that roll shot, but with the way that we've been seeing airmails go down on our court today, I would have thought he could go for that airmail and just avoid trying to risk rolling over a bag from Matt Guy.
Well, he loves that roll bag so much, and when it hits, it's beautiful.
And he is one of the few people that can honestly say that they can consistently roll a bag with accuracy. There's plenty of ACL pros that won't even try a shot like that. They will just go for the airmail or go for some other option.
But, again, back to Trey. I mean, he's right. These boards are getting tacky. I can feel the humidity rising in here, so.
Back to Logan and Matt. 9-4 into round number 7. Guy with the lead bag starts off in the hole. So far, Justin Burton Jr. has done a good job holding off Matt Guy. As there's a nice airmail from Matt Guy, kind of showing what Logan might have needed to do the last time to score some points. This time he tries to roll over his own bag. Didn't work. Oh my goodness.
Yep.
The airmails for Guy and Graham are just beautiful to watch right now. He's going for it again.
Oh,
just
almost.
off.
Oh. There's Trey looking over at Jacob again.
Yeah, the point he made earlier, it's coming true.
It is.
Some of these shots from Logan Chamberlain that he relies on all the time, not quite working out here on these boards. Making those Trey takes points where he's got Jamie Graham and Matt Guy up in the final after this bracket, making him seem like a pretty smart man making that choice. And to be able to predict accurately who's going to come out of this bracket, where there are, 5 or 6, like we said earlier, 5 or 6 great options that it's hard to argue against picking them.
Yep.
It's pretty impressive. Nice pickup from Jamie Graham. That's another strong round for Graham and Guy. And all of a sudden, it's 15-4. Logan and Justin looking a little bit down on themselves here.
This might be another timeout here.
Maybe a mental timeout needed for both these guys, and that is what they'll do. And it worked for them last time. They took a timeout like this. The last time they started to struggle, worked their way back into this game, and picked up a win. We'll see if it works out the same here. Big deficit, though, against a team like Jamie Graham and Matt Guy, down 11 points. Logan's first bag after the timeout in the way of Matt Guy. Logan steps out for a better angle, and that time the roll bag works. Maybe a little bit of a confidence booster.
Yeah, too bad
for the
Trey
young
wasn't
man.
here to see that one.
Another picture-perfect airmail for Matt Guy.
Oh, and there's the miss roll.
Let's see if he goes for it again. There is still a little bit of hole to work with, and not quite. Kind of just clogged it up. I'm not sure what is open for Logan Chamberlain at this point.
Justin thinks he could cut around it and bring that bag in on the side.
Important throw here for Logan Chamberlain, trying to match Matt Guy. Going airmail. Got 2 to fall before his bounced off the backside. Make it 16-4. Only gave up 1 point there. Limits the damage about as good as you can if you're going to give up something.
Yeah.
But we're only in round number 10, and all of a sudden, Graham and Guy have quadrupled up on the number 1 doubles team in the ACL. The one thing I'll be watching, if Graham and Guy do pick up the win and take this king seat, whenever that bracket final takes, we'll see if that airmail for Jamie Graham especially is still on. He's going to have to wait 3 or 4 games before he can actually get live bags going, and that airmail can fall away from you at times. Just barely missed that one, though. And now it's important Justin is able to bring some of these in without bringing that bag in for Jamie. He does. Avoided some trouble there.
I think he really wanted to take those both those bags in, but at least he doesn't give up points.
Nearly 500 of you on YouTube taking in this winner's bracket final. 16-4 here in round 11. Guy bounces off the backside of the board. Chamberlain tried to roll over the top. He's in good position, though. That Guy airmail, bricks to the left. Here's a chance now. You see that straight line for Logan. You think maybe a hard bar of soap here could bring in at least 2 of them? That's what he's trying to do. Ooh. Not enough arc, though. Barely made it on the board. That Guy trying airmail again. Avoids bringing in the front bag. Here's Logan. He somehow collects 3.
Nice.
Big shot there from Logan Chamberlain. That's a 3-piece, and that is exactly what they needed. That might be the confidence booster for Logan Chamberlain that could work the number 1 team back into this game. We've seen elite level airmails, pushes, everything in between from these 2 teams. There's Jamie Graham up top. Airmail City.
Yep.
I mean, the hole has got to be looking massive for Jamie Graham with the way he's throwing. That's a tough, just a short miss from Justin Burton. One of the rare times you'll ever see him off the board. And Jamie Graham, I mean, what can you say at this point?
That is, I believe that is game. Doesn't even have to put it on the board, does he?
Jamie leaves it up front. Didn't even need to do too much with it, as that is it. 12 rounds. Jamie Graham and Matt Guy.
Wow.
Dethrone the 1 seed, and they will take that king seat and kick their feet up and relax for a while, as they are as hot as ever. Jamie Graham and Matt Guy wait for the bracket final, and we'll be bringing you all that action up to that point up next. See the beautiful sights in Portland, Oregon. A beautiful B-roll of the city, where we are live with the ACL Bag Brawl here in 2023. The next matchup we have coming up for you on our bracket is in the losers bracket. Trey Birchfield and Alex Rawls ready to take on David Morse and Ethan Walker, who have been one of the biggest surprises of this entire bracket. Almost took down JBJ and Logan Chamberlain before they eventually did take that loss in the winners bracket final. So don't be surprised if you see Morse and Walker really challenge Birchfield and Rawls here.
Yes, I think this game could go either way.
See Jamie Graham and Matt Guy up at the top in the king's seat, taking down JBJ and Chamberlain in very convincing fashion. I don't know if anyone is throwing bags as well as Jamie Graham, other than maybe Matt Guy, and they're going to be tough to take out. See Trey Birchfield on the left, Ethan Walker on the right. They'll be throwing against each other in just a bit here. But as they warm up, we'll take a quick break again, and when we come back, we'll have losers bracket action for you. After a long wait, we are back live in Portland, Oregon. We have Trey Birchfield and Alex Rawls ready to take on David Morse and Ethan Walker. Final few throws of the warm-ups. You see Birchfield on the left, Walker on your right. And again, if you're just joining us, David Morse and Ethan Walker went on a very impressive run to start things off. They came in as the 13th seed in this bracket, took down Brett Guy and Eric Davis 21-6. In the winners bracket, they came in as the 4 seed. Really impressive stuff out of them. And now, after almost taking down Justin Burton and Logan Chamberlain, they find themselves in this losers bracket, ready to take on Trey Birchfield and Alex Rawls. David Morse on the left, Alex Rawls on the right. Most recent singles national title holder is Alex Rawls in the Florida Freeze jersey. Freeze will be part of the actual TV broadcast ACL teams matchups this weekend, so make sure you're tuned into all of those. Get a chance to see Alex Rawls, Cheyenne Bubenheim and company all with the Freeze. Really impressive team from Florida. Birchfield and Rawls took their loss in the winners bracket to the eventual King seed winners, Jamie Graham and Matt Guy, 22-13. And they find themselves here after taking down Lori Dool and Miranda Coy 22-13. As we are underway here in the first round. Birchfield and Ethan Walker throwing against each other here. Walker was throwing great against Justin Burton Jr. in their last game. We'll see if he can continue that hot streak, and it looks like he can, dragging 2 bags in. Chance here to start off with 2 points for Ethan Walker. That is exactly what he does. Walker, again, just 18 years old. ACL pro out of Newton, Iowa. Doubles partner David Morse. I believe this is the second time we've seen David Morse on our live stream. I believe he threw against Bella Suprenant at the last national we had, maybe one time.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think so.
But he has been impressive as well. It is a 2-man game, or even a 2-woman game in this doubles competition. You can't just be carrying your team and you're going to not make it that far, as that is exactly what we are seeing here. The way to work through the doubles losers bracket, you have to be able to rely on each other. All evened up at 2. Alex Rawls was able to take advantage and even things up. Birchfield will have lead bag here. It's amazing to look at the differences between such great young players like a Trey Birchfield. Birchfield already 14 titles in the ACL, as that is a fantastic airmail from Trey Birchfield. 14 titles to his name already, quickly getting chased by Mark Richards this season. But then you look at Ethan Walker, 18 years old, still looking for his first ACL title. As there's a tough job to bring in one of Birchfield's as well. That'll limit it to just 1 point for Ethan Walker there. Same thing with David Morse. 0 titles to his name. Him and Ethan Walker looking to really get things going and maybe get their first title here in Portland. Still over 400 of you tuned into this live stream, and stay tuned the rest of the evening as we will have all of the action all the way up all the way through the winners and really the bracket final. You'll get to see who can make their way potentially to the broadcast. And if we have any devout Court 3 watchers, we have national champions coming out of our brackets. That's really all you need to say. Birchfield in danger of giving 2 more up here. It does have a 5-point lead, though, to work with. Another strong round. Ethan Walker really putting together quite an impressive display.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with Ethan Walker today, for sure.
The winner of this game moving on to take on Adam Hissner and Cody Henderson in game 60 of our bracket. The winner of that will take on JBJ and Logan Chamberlain. And after that, we will have the bracket final for you. A pretty quick day, I will say. It's felt like it's been moving along quite nicely. Yeah, I was wondering that too. I see this comment in the live stream. We somehow have 2 streams going on YouTube. That's, Chase, I think that's what I was being confused. We have another stream going on where we have like 150 people watching in there. And then we have this one where there's over 400 people watching. So if we combine that, I think we've got almost 600, we could say.
Wow.
I'm not sure, how that is even happening, but thank you to those tuning into both live streams, I guess.
Yes, thank you so much.
Maybe you're double screening it. Who knows? Ooh, almost a nice flop over the top from Ethan Walker. Almost dropped it in the hole. Here's the final bags of round 7. Birchfield. Really accurate airmail there. And that is, I mean, what a roll shot by Ethan Walker. He can't believe he didn't drag that front bag through.
Wow.
But that was an elite shot from Ethan Walker. Still gave up 2 points, but that roll shot went almost halfway across the board. Over 3 bags in front. I am in shock of that shot. Really nice shot by Rawls, just clearing the board. Now in the back half of this round, clear board shots here. No one can make a mistake. Rawls right through. Now it's up to Morse. We know that 4th bag of a clear board can be so mentally challenging at times. Morse able to avoid it. He's got it, and it's a 4-bag washer. Ethan Walker, we've been saying all game, really kind of putting together a breakout performance in this bracket. He's shown flashes of potential in the past. Went 7-1 at the qualifier at Worlds last year. 2nd in his bracket in advanced doubles at Worlds. So he's shown the skills, but today at a national event, he is potentially leading his team on to great things.
Ethan Walker. Holy cow. This kid is not missing.
That's a big round.
That's a huge round.
14-12 now. All of a sudden, Morse and
Wow.
Walker out in front. As we head into round 10, Morse is probably thinking, thank goodness my teammate is Ethan Walker right now. And now we have a timeout trying to discuss what's happening in this game. Birchfield trying to shake things off. I don't know if he was expecting this level of challenge out of Ethan Walker.
I don't know if anybody was. I mean, Ethan's throwing unbelievable right now.
I think that was a great timeout from Alex Rawls. I mean, going and showing some confidence in your teammate, saying, hey, don't worry about it. We still got this one, and trying to just calm your teammate down. That can be so important after giving up a big round like that. Morse down the middle and in. I don't know if he's going to be able to get that other bag through. Yeah, maybe Alex Rawls could have helped him right there.
I think Alex is going to keep helping him. Oh.
Just not quite enough oomph on that shot.
I think it was a good mistake, though.
Morse taking his time. Doesn't want to waste this opportunity. Able to collect, too. There's a nice push from David Morse, fist pump and all. Happy about this round. Here's Rawls. Needs it. He's got it. So Alex Rawls able to limit the damage there. 16-12 into round number 11. Ethan Walker on fire. It's interesting. You see Birchfield and Ethan Walker. They both kind of contort their body after they throw. There's a nice roll from Walker. They kind of contort their body trying to maybe get it to move the way they want it to. Walker's calling out his own roll shot here. He is feeling confident. Tried it. Got blocked up a little bit, though. Again, winner of this one on to face Adam Hissner and Coy Henderson.
Oh.
Birchfield way off the mark on that push, and that will do it.
Wow.
11 rounds. David Morse and Ethan Walker able to take down Rawls and Birchfield, who came in ranked 7th in the entire ACL in pro doubles rankings. And just like that, Morse and Walker dispose of them. They're on to the losers bracket semifinals. And Adam Hissner and Coy Henderson have quite the challenge coming up. And we'll have all that action for you in just a minute here on the ACL YouTube page. Back live in Portland, Oregon, as we have the losers bracket semifinal. The warm-up's going on right now. Still waiting for the final down and backs. Thank you for joining us, my man.
No problem. What? You have a great voice.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
I think these guys are waiting on a battery pack. Michael's bringing us our battery. Go ahead, Michael. Giving them a minute to do their warm-ups.
We have some really old OGs here. You know, David and Adam have been playing as long as Adam and Cody together. David and Adam actually are very, very, very good friends. Adam always comes to Chicago, stays at my place, stays at David's place. They play a lot with each other as well, so they know each other very well. So that's going to be a very interesting matchup here.
And I don't know how much you've gotten to see of Ethan Walker throughout today, but he just finished Trey Birchfield like it was nothing. He was throwing bag after bag and outdid Trey Birchfield, which is not an easy thing to do.
No, I mean, Ethan Walker has a great roll shot. I mean, that's what he's known for. Before he even became a pro last year, everybody's looking at him because of his roll. And that's why Austin Renard really wanted him on the kill shot team. Ethan Walker was throwing BGs before he became pro, and Ethan really wanted to sign with BG, but David Morse, with a veteran pro, and Austin Renard, kind of convinced Ethan, promised Ethan some really good bags, and kill shots delivered with great carpet bags now and great roll bags, and he's loving them. Cody, Adam, they're all having fun here. They're all chirping with each other. You got Ethan Walker just having fun. He's the youngest one of the group. I think he's like 19. I think he's even 18.
Yeah, 18 years old.
Yeah, so he's very young. All these guys are pretty much mentors to Ethan.
Well, they must be doing a pretty good job. He is, I mean, other than maybe Jamie Graham and Matt Guy in this bracket, Ethan Walker has probably been the person that's impressed me the absolute most.
Yeah, again, his roll shot. In the first two nationals, his roll shot wasn't that good. And are these cannons? Okay, I think they're throwing cannon bags. So he's been really good with these rolls here.
Yeah, Ethan had a roll
He wants to roll again.
He had one last game. He rolled it from the C in the ACL logo all the way up the board. It was insane.
Oh.
I mean, that's okay. That's almost guarantees 2 points here. Cody just lays up, gives up 2. Doesn't want to do anything risky. Ethan Walker winking at me. He's down from like Iowa area.
Yep.
And he has come down to play some regionals over here in Chicago. David Morris has told him to come by to get some reps in, play doubles together.
And how much do those reps outside of these national events where you get to see all the pros, how much do you think that impacts the success in these big time events?
I mean, you have to build chemistry, right? So like, even though chemistry is huge in these nationals. You got to pick each other up. If you don't have chemistry and you're mad at your opponent and your partner for, not throwing a good shot or whatever, like you could tell, right? But once that chemistry builds, then you kind of just trust each other more. If you have a bad round, you pick somebody else, pick your partner up. When you don't have that chemistry, you can't pick your partner up, and it just goes downhill. So that's why Adam and Cody are great with each other. I mean, they have chemistry for a decade probably, over a decade. So that's why they're so good with each other. You know, some of these pros, a lot of these like younger pros stay with each other and they build their chemistry outside of cornhole, right? So now it's like playing video games, playing Fortnite, those type of things. So you build chemistry. You have to build chemistry outside of cornhole. Get a little personal with each other in order to be successful.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, you can definitely tell that these guys know each other, because I have not seen Ethan throw this bat all day. That was crazy.
Yeah, you get a little,
this is definitely mental here. For
right,
these guys.
you get a little comfortable, right? You get the comfortable for the people that you know and stuff, and kind of throws you off a little bit. Might throw you off a little bit.
And Ethan Walker, you look at the resume of players he's thrown against just in this bracket today. I mean, Justin Burton Jr., he just dismantled Trey Birchfield, and now he's got Cody Henderson. Two veterans and legends in this game, and now Justin Burton, arguably the MVP of this season, looking like he can become one of those all-time greats already. And it's been Ethan Walker's day in most of those outcomes. For an 18-year-old kid to step up in this way, it's really impressive.
Yeah, I mean, he still has to mature a lot, and it's going to be scary once he does mature even more. But again, he has a good mentor with David, leading him and directing him. He's a good listener.
Walker and Morse still looking for their first ACL title in their name. Could come this weekend, though. They're throwing really well. They're going to have to double dip Jamie Graham and Matt Guy if they want to try to even get to the broadcast.
Yeah, JBJ and Logan are waiting to play the winner of this game. They still got to get through them first. And that's going to be a tough task because that's the team that they lost to. Oh.
Rare miss.
Very rare miss.
Hissner kind of giving some extra opportunities to Morse, and
Morse
can't make him pay.
Let's see if Morse goes after this slick side. He could get the corner. He is going slick.
Final bag of the round.
He missed 2. Took a timeout.
Cody trying to refocus his teammate up in the middle here. And Chase and I, we've seen, I love that you mentioned chemistry and the importance. And obviously Cody Henderson and Adam Hissner have great chemistry. But the way that Chase and I heard Henderson and Hissner talking to each other in Erie, the way that they have so much chemistry built up over this time that they can actually get, pretty aggressive with each other, and it's not going to break things up.
Yeah, so here, what Cody was telling Adam was that, or Adam was the one who's like, hey, he's slowing me down. So what that means is Adam is a very, rhythm player. When Adam is out of rhythm, he throws really bad, right? His timing has to be, on point with his timing. And once he's out of that timing, he misses a lot of bags. So what Cody was telling him was look, just keep the board open. Because David is a great, he called himself a hole manipulator.
That just sounds dirty.
So he told him, he's like, hey, keep it open and David's going to miss, right? He's going to miss an open board. When David has bags on the left or right, he's really good at going around them, cutting, pushing, airmailing. But when it's an open board, David most likely is going to miss. So Cody's like, hey, leave it open, leave the board open, do not block, just go in the hole, don't play to his game.
Why do you think that is, that he seems to almost be better when he has to work around some of the bags versus an open board? Is it just a mental thing?
Yeah, it's just I don't know. He's always been, he's an old timer, right? So all these old school players are more used to a dirty game. Okay. All right, I gotta go. I'm going to board 3.
All right, thanks for joining us.
I said he must have pissed off Corey.
That was Miguel joining us.
Fun little cameo.
Looks like his game is up on court 2.
Six game here in round 9. Walker and Cody Henderson throwing against each other. It's been impressive, as, I mean, there is not an inch of space on top of this hole. Not sure if anything can fall through. That goes, though. Kind of surprising Henderson was able to fit something through there.
That was, well, he had to take a couple bags, but that was a great shot. It was great having Miguel here because, you know, he's the conference director for the Great Lakes, and these are all players that play in his conference a lot. So it's nice to have him and his point of view on some of these players. I did not know that Hissner and David Morse had such a history and were so familiar with each other. So that was fun to learn.
I mean, they showed it when David Morse just knocked the hat off of Adam before the game even started.
Yeah,
that was pretty
good.
pretty comedic.
Yeah, no, I got that on camera pretty good too. That was.
I feel like he knew that was on camera when he was shaking his hair out like that.
I think so too.
And I actually watched in a recent ACL podcast, Adam Hissner, apparently, word on the street is he's thinking about growing his hair out a little bit, getting a perm and looking like Cody Henderson.
Oh my goodness. I'll believe it when I see it.
So you imagine that, how energetic and entertaining Cody Henderson is. Now put that under a big hat with Adam Hissner. Those booms you'll hear across the entire facility. You know Adam Hissner just hit a big shot. That would be hilarious.
You know, if he does that, I'm going to buy Cody a really big hat.
Ah, gotcha. Tie game here in round 11. Walker off to the left. Henderson can't make him pay as much as he could have, though. Makes it just 10-8. We're seeing some rare misses. I don't know if either of these teams are playing their best game right now. I feel like the way they're throwing, JBJ and Logan Chamberlain in the next round have got to be feeling a little bit more confident.
Well, I feel like the audience around here are getting into it now as well.
It's hard to believe that at a minimum, we could have only 3 more games if you include this one.
Yep.
It feels like it has been moving quickly today.
Yeah.
I mean, we started around, 1:30 or 2 o'clock Pacific time?
Yeah, I think that's about right.
Walker and Henderson going hole for hole into round 13, tied at 10-10. Henderson to wash it out. He's got it. We'll head to the 14th. Still even at 10. Haven't really seen those big rounds put together by guys like Jamie Graham or Matt Guy earlier this afternoon in this game. It's been a lot of just chipping away at the scoreboard. And at that point, you got to wonder, who will it impact in this game? We got 3 veterans and Ethan Walker, just 18 years old. How long will his focus stay intact? Hissner can't believe that one just bounced off to the side. Seemed like he was maybe trying to bring in that pile. Morse does it for him. And now here's Adam stepping out to the outside. Sneaks it through the middle. Nice shot there from Adam Hissner. Morse, final bag of the round. Couldn't collect that. Adam will step out again and leave one outside. That one was out of play. Not much he could do about it. Make it 12-10, Walker and Morse out in front. Looks like those are going to go on this throw from Walker. Left that bottom left corner. Still hanging, and oh, Henderson helps him out with it.
Yeah, they help each other out there, taking each other's bags in for them.
Kind of surprised Cody didn't step out a little bit more, maybe trying to avoid bringing that extra corner in that eventually led to the wash. Nonetheless, David Morse starts off this round. Nearly 500 still in the YouTube live stream. As always, thanks for taking your Friday evening with us. If you're over on the East Coast, it's approaching 9 o'clock. I have some cornhole after dark potentially tonight. Should be a fun one. Hissner somehow sneaks.
Is it going? Is it going?
I think it stops.
I think so. I think it did stop.
Big shot by Adam Hissner, evening this one up at 12. We head into the 17th. Morse a little disappointed with that shot. He kind of annoyed that it got stuck up on that back corner. This is a situation Walker will probably go for that signature roll shot of his unless Cody finishes things up in the front.
That is a very interesting bag right there. I mean, you have to see the way this thing's sitting. Look at that.
That's a unique position right there. I mean, barely. I mean, that's, in my opinion, that's going to fall on any sort of contact.
I mean, how are those? You just touch it, all of those bags are going in.
Yep. But at the same time, you have that front bag just, you know, the tip touching the red zone, and you'd be giving up 2 points if you go for it here. Walker rolling over the top. He's got it. But he's still going to give up a little bit. 14-12 into the 18th round. Good way to limit the damage, though. He needed to put that in. Burton Jr. taking in this contest to the left of us. Waiting to see who him and his partner Logan Chamberlain will take on to try to reach the bracket final, as Jamie Graham and Matt Guy await whoever comes out of this loser's bracket in the king seat. That bag from Hissner nearly sailed off the backside of the board. Here's a chance for Morse now to finish this round and even things up. And that is exactly what he does. We're seeing a back and forth game here. 14-14. Round 19, Walker and Henderson now
Oh, yeah, well.
throwing bags.
Not wearing it today. I can't wear the cowboy hat with the headphones. Doesn't work.
Chase, you need to go to the earbuds for that.
I know, right? Yeah, I can't wear the cowboy hat with the headphones.
Big shot for Cody Henderson. 18-14. That's a big four spot from Cody. Round 20. Just 3 points away is Adam Hissner from the losers bracket final. David Morse trying to say not so fast.
You and Jacob kind of have similar features. You guys could be brothers. Or cousins.
Trey's trying to get in my commentator's head here while he's broadcasting.
Might just be the chill way we're sitting here. Hissner barely hangs on the backside of the board. Morse trying to wash things out. And not quite. Make it 20-14, just 1 point shy. We'll see if Henderson can finish things out in round 21.
Hissner keeps stepping on that thing and shaking my camera all around.
You can't get away from it. You can't get away from it.
These trusses.
Henderson clears the board. Walker off to the left a little bit. We'll see if he can work that back. He needs to. If he can't bring both of these in, Henderson and Hissner are on to the losers bracket final. Almost got it.
Almost.
What a brutal finish to the day for Ethan Walker. And there's the boom from Adam Hissner as him and Cody Henderson are on to the losers bracket final. They have a date set with Justin Burton and Logan Chamberlain in just a minute here, and a chance to maybe take this bracket. We'll be back with more after this. 2023 ACL Bag Brawl, Portland, Oregon, as we have the losers bracket final. Justin Burton Jr. and Logan Chamberlain, they've been waiting a little bit, and they finally have their matchup ready. Adam Hissner and Coy Henderson, after just taking down David Morse and Ethan Walker, 22-14 in the last game here on the live stream. And the stakes are big in this one. Winner of this game moves on to the bracket final. They'll have to double dip the king seat, Jamie Graham and Matt Guy, and it will be a challenge for any team to take them down, as Graham and Guy were throwing as good as you could hope for.
Yeah, I mean, all these teams have been throwing remarkable, but Graham and Matt definitely rose to the cream of the crop of this bracket.
Jamie Graham and Matt Guy took down Justin Burton Jr. and Logan Chamberlain. That's why they're in this game. Took them down 21-7. They just completely demoralized one of the most confident teams in the entire ACL, the #1 ranked doubles team in the league. And they will have to fight their way back for a rematch with the two men with the most titles in the ACL of all time.
I gotta tell you, these guys are destroying my pipe and drape and my backdrops. I just can't win.
First round action here. Chamberlain throwing against Coy Henderson on your left. JBJ and Chamberlain still throwing those blue and pink BG Wizards. Trey Ryder just took a moment back over at the broadcast table, saying again, you know, his predictions have been looking pretty good tonight. Jamie Graham and Matt Guy waiting in that king seat. That is who he predicted to come out of this bracket. But we'll see if Burton and Chamberlain or Hissner and Henderson have something to say about it. Burton just flying right off the back of the board. A rare error out of Junior there. Chance for Adam Hissner to take advantage early in this one. And he'll step out to find a better angle, trying to work around that front block from Burton. Couldn't quite work it, though, as he will just lay out in front. He'll take 1 point, though. Just under 500 watching on YouTube with us tonight. Thanks for taking your Friday evening, and even if you want to call it a Friday night over on the East Coast.
500 watching on one stream and 200 watching on the other one. Is that where we're at?
If you want to round up, we got that. Things are starting to calm down in the facility today as games are starting to wind down. We're getting close to all 4 bracket finals, and you can imagine the crowds here will start to build up. It's a fun matchup here as well between these two teams, because when JBJ and Logan were on the broadcast with us, I asked them about, you know, who's some of their favorite players to watch when they're able to just kick back and not worry about things too much and just watch cornhole for fun. Logan said first right up was Coy Henderson and Adam Hissner. So, and he's even throwing against Coy, who he said was the most entertaining player to watch in the entire league.
I have to agree. I think Coy is pretty entertaining.
He's got that perfect mix of elite talent, but also the energy and the excitement for the game that it makes him so excited to watch. 2-0 start for Hissner and Henderson. So Cody will take lead bag again here. Chase, I don't know if you know this, but Logan was a big-time basketball player all throughout high school. That was really his main sport.
Huh.
Cornhole wasn't something he started until a few years ago.
I thought it was baseball. It was basketball, huh?
I think he did both.
Oh,
But I know basketball was one that he really liked to play.
interesting.
Nice roll shot there from Logan. That is his game. Still giving up a point, though. 3-0. 1 point each. That's 3 unanswered to start through 6 rounds. And on this side, you look at Justin Burton. I know while doing some prep for this event, he played pretty much every sport you can do in high school. Played basketball, baseball, he even swam in high school. I think that probably just shows he's a competitive person, and that really goes a long way in this sport specifically.
Absolutely.
Long days, long weekends.
Oh, my goodness. How wrong could that go for
About the
Justin?
worst case scenario.
Oh,
Oh,
there
not
he drops.
quite. Luckily for JBJ, that falls through. 2 bags right in there, but it started off looking not too great for him.
Logan doesn't think he can collect it. It's just asking him to go out and just get the 1.
Final bag of round number 6. 3-point deficit for Burton
Oh,
Jr., and he
too
slides
fast.
off the back of the board. That's what that slick slide will do to you if you're inaccurate. And now it's 4-0. Again, the winner of this game on to the bracket final, and they'll have to double dip Jamie Graham and Matt Guy if they want to move on any further. Henderson trying to collect on the airmail. Not quite enough bag in the hole, though, to collect it. Cody might be a little worried he's going to give up some points here, but Chamberlain kind of letting him off the hook off to the right side. Now Logan's got a decision to make how he's going to make an effective throw. Got 1, but not going to be enough.
Yeah, I felt like he should have probably went in with that 3rd bag and tried to collect it with the 4th, but ended up just sticking both bags up.
Surprising 6-0 start over JBJ and Logan Chamberlain, the number 1 ranked doubles team in the league. Adam Hissner and Cody Henderson finished the last national in 2nd place in their bracket to Jacob Drzezinski and Tony Smith, who ended up going to take the doubles win. Not trying to repeat that this time. They're trying to go all the way. And I almost wonder at this point, when do you take a timeout to reset things if you're Logan Chamberlain or Justin Burton?
Ooh.
Missed opportunity there from Hissner. Going a little bit aggressive, up by 6 here in round number 8. Burton
Oh,
able to
nice.
collect 2. That's the momentum they needed.
That was an interesting airmail. It seems like it hit the back of the hole, and then as it was falling in, it dragged that bag in.
Comment here on the YouTube live stream, is Bag Brawl only 12 rounds or is it to 21? All games to 21 in this event.
Yeah, the Nationals, they don't have round limits, only in the shootouts.
Cody was mad. He was mad about that, working that left side bag almost out of play. We'll see if he goes maybe an airmail here, could drag it. Final bag of round number 9. He's going for it. Almost and one's Logan off the back, but somehow, I don't know if that was luck or what, but Chamberlain's bag hung on for dear life. 8-5 into the 10th.
It's crazy. We started the year sucking together. We've just gotten better and better.
Burton leaves that one short. Hissner sneaks around and puts it through. Adam Hissner, he's getting off a little bit here on Justin Burton. It's been impressive the way that a lot of different people today have just gone right at Justin Burton in these matchups. Ethan Walker, now Adam Hissner. Eight, 7 now into the 11. Win or go home scenario for both teams. Logan trying to work that right side bag in. Cody will help him out. And that one is going to stay there forever. Henderson finishes through. That'll be a wash. It's been a long time since I've seen JBJ and Logan this dejected 2 games in a row. They look almost exactly the same as when they were getting blown out by Jamie and Matt earlier today. Number 1 team in the league, looking uncomfortable. Not something you see every day.
You know, Justin always looks the same to me. I can't read him very well, so. Logan, however.
Logan, definitely, yeah.
Wears it all over.
And Justin routinely says, opponent doesn't matter, situation doesn't matter, the crowd, he just plays his game, but at a certain point, in the end of a long day,
yeah,
it can get to you.
Yeah, you can see some of the frustration there, definitely.
10-7 into the 13th round now. Cody Henderson with the lead bag. See a comment here about Logan and Cody's matchup being kind of unique. Logan getting down on himself at times, and Cody can play into it. It makes sense, but Adam Hissner can do the same thing to you with the way he can get up. 2 of the most trash-talking players in the entire ACL. There's a roll from Logan, just a little long.
Uh-oh.
Logan will take a timeout. It's an important throw here. A miss by Cody. You got to be able to take advantage in some sort of way.
What do you do here, Jack? What do you do here? changing here, Schrontz?
I don't know. Cody just missed one off the back, and with the way that JBJ and Logan have been playing, I think you play it safe. You can't afford to risk missing an opportunity when you've been pretty much getting dominated this whole game.
That is a perfect bag.
All tied up at 10 heading into the 14th.
We're going to see Justin really step into his own because he's been off with these first two couple of throws. Right there. That's not a guaranteed bet. You see Justin look up to himself and say, shouldn't have done that.
Kind of rolling his eyes at himself.
Exactly.
Can't believe it right now. And sometimes being up at that number one ranking can really get to you. Like, you know who you are as yourself. You know you're the best player. You know who you're supposed to be. But when you make mistakes like that, it can almost impact you more than if you're kind of the underdog.
Yeah, Justin, when you talk to him, he's got confidence just spilling out of him.
Mm-hmm.
And when you talk to him, he really just idolizes that sort of best player in the world talk. So he definitely doesn't have the lack of confidence that we see in some others, but he's got to back it up.
Interesting. Ooh,
Nice pickup
good
by Logan.
bag.
And if there's one thing about Logan, it can take one round. He's like a microwave. He can get hot in a hurry.
He's like the offense guy on an NBA bench.
Yes. Big round from Logan. Nice response. Finally taking the lead back into the 16th.
Yeah, that was a great second bag by Logan.
Justin has said in the past, you see that first bag kind of short. Some people may think, he's trying to create a situation. He's trying to set up a block. Justin has said multiple times in the past, that's not really his game. He's just trying to put it in the hole, and a lot of the time, if it doesn't go in, it's not on purpose. But there's a nice pickup from JBJ. Snagging three with him.
I think he's going to try to push this bag out a little bit more.
See if JBJ can bully that front one. Oh, not quite. Adam will have to give up two on that throw. 14-10 now. And now we'll see if that confidence is back in the head of Logan Chamberlain. First time he's scored points for his team in quite a while in this game, and there's another unlucky bounce for Cody Henderson. Potential for maybe 6 unanswered by the number one team, maybe more. You see it now in the face of Logan Chamberlain. Cody struggling to get off that left lane. Logan will just lay up and say, Cody, you got to do the rest. 14-10. What does Henderson have up his sleeve here? Only got one. And that's another strong round from the number one team. 18-10 into the 18th round. And seemingly out of nowhere, 3 rounds of good throwing has brought JBJ and Logan all the way back up in this one.
I got to tell you, though, I think this match has been all Logan coming through. Historically, Justin Burton Jr. has just been an amazing player, but I think, like you were saying earlier, you got to depend on your partner. I think Logan's really kind of picked up the pace for Justin. And now do it.
That's the game.
What a comeback. JBJ and Logan find their way back into a matchup with the men that took them down in the first place. Bracket final coming up in just a bit. Jamie Graham and Matt Guy await JBJ and Logan Chamberlain, the number 1 team in the ACL. And we'll have that all for you in just a bit. An entire day of pro doubles action has come down to this. Justin Burton Jr. and Logan Chamberlain, the number 1 team in the ACL. You see here Justin Burton ready to take on the king seat. Jamie Graham has been throwing as well as you could ever ask for all day today, and his teammate Matt Guy, the GOAT. Most titles in all time. Potentially another one tonight. Chamberlain and Justin Burton Jr. will have to double dip Guy and Graham if they want to move on to the doubles semifinal. And that is going to be a very difficult challenge, seeing as you look back into earlier today, Graham and Guy dismantled JBJ and Logan Chamberlain 21-7. It was an absolute, surprising blowout to take down the number 1 team in the league like that. Logan Chamberlain really statistically struggled in that one. Threw a 7-3, a minus 1.5 DPR. And Jamie Graham up at a 10-6. Was outstanding. But at a certain point, you got to throw that out, and you got to think about this game specifically and try to double dip the winningest duo of all time. Nearly 40 titles combined between Jamie Graham and Matt Guy. We have over 120 titles when you combine every single player in our doubles bracket. Nearly a third of those belong to these two, and Jamie Graham and Matt Guy. I mean, that statement alone is just, insane.
Oh, yeah. Last year's number one player versus this year's number one player currently.
And this is a place that Matt Guy and Jamie Graham have been before. This event specifically, the ACL Bag Brawl, they won the doubles in this event last year. We'll see if tonight they can punch their ticket to maybe doing it again and go on a 2-year run as the ACL Bag Brawl's doubles titles champion. Thank you to over 500 of you tuned in some way here on the ACL YouTube page. Again,
one YouTuber or another.
On the East Coast, almost 9:30 p.m. So we've got some ACL After Dark for you tonight. Here on the West Coast in Portland, Oregon.
I believe this is the start here.
First round of the bracket final. Jamie Graham and Matt Guy, Justin Burton Jr. and Logan Chamberlain. Again, if you're just joining us, the way that Jamie Graham and Matt Guy made their way into this King Seats position was by taking down the number one ranked team in Justin Burton and Logan Chamberlain. The winners of the first doubles national title of the season, their first national titles of their careers. And ever since then, they have just been riding a high. Justin Burton and Logan Chamberlain, that is. Logan recently in Mesa at the ACL Open took the doubles Tier 1 win with Sammy Soto. And we'll see if he can bring that momentum to Justin Burton tonight and maybe double dip Jamie Graham and Matt Guy, who have been throwing at, on just a different level. Jamie Graham and Matt Guy have both displayed airmail accuracy that is just absurd. Barely touching the board at all when they go through. As it's 2-0 heading into the next round. And playing from behind was a big determinant of the first game, you have to say. 21-7 is a blowout, but Logan and Justin, they're not used to playing from behind a lot. They're usually the best team out there, and they're able to get on top of teams pretty quickly. I think that's going to be important for this game.
I agree. I think that they need to come out here and make a statement in this first game. I think if they win the first game, the second will be much easier for them. Of course, if they don't win the first game, they're done. So,
Exactly. All the pressure really is on Logan and Justin here. And we'll see if they crack under the pressure or if it makes them better.
I think there's an equal amount of pressure on Matt Guy and Jamie, honestly, because you give up that first game, you give up that momentum, and now you're in a difficult spot. You got to win that last game. I think Jamie and Matt need to come out and win this first game and solidify this right away.
Jamie and Justin throwing against each other here again. One of the storylines I was looking forward to seeing in this one, the airmail from Jamie Graham specifically. I mentioned how him and Matt Guy were hitting, but Jamie specifically was going to it a lot more than some of these other players would in situations where maybe he didn't need to. But it was so accurate that he was comfortable with it, and he tried it there. It didn't work. That's the storyline. Is the airmail still going to be there after waiting so long for live bags?
Oh, I thought for sure that it was going to be a cut shot.
Chance here for Jamie to maybe make up for that missed airmail, and he does. That's the airmail drag. He was trying to hit the bag prior. Keeps the score at 2-2 now.
I think you really got, the battle of the philosophies here between Guy and Burton Jr. Guy and Graham are going to go airmail, they're going to go blocks, and they're going to go straight in the hole. But, Burton Jr. and Chamberlain, they're known for that rollback. And that's a new style of shot with the cuts and rollbacks that, again, look at Matt Guy just tried an airmail, whereas Justin Burton Jr. may have tried a roll in that scenario. So it's really, exactly, right as we just saw, Logan rolls over the bag, and Matt Guy goes over the airmail. So it's really a tale of two philosophies here, the new versus the old.
Logan off the backside, kind of giving some slack to Matt Guy on the missed airmail. Tries it again, off the back again. 2 missed airmails for Matt Guy. He can't believe it. Logan trying to pick up, and he does. Big time pickup from Logan Chamberlain. Give him 3 and give him a 3-point lead.
And that's where I think, roll bags are a little bit safer in the sense that, an airmail might head straight off the board like the Matt Guy's 2 right there. Whereas you can roll shot, you miss it, it just clogs up the board. But it stays on.
Clear board for Jamie Graham here. No airmail necessary. Left it a little short. See if Justin goes to replace it. Not quite. This is a chance here, maybe a short airmail drag for Jamie. Kind of a bunch up in front of the hole. Justin creates a situation here for Jamie. He'll step right up in front, maybe trying to sneak through the middle. Not quite. He'll go airmail again, and my goodness. He cannot miss tonight. I think that miss in the last round on that airmail was the only one I've seen him miss in, I think, 3 games in a row. He is just ridiculous right now. Logan leaves it short again. Matt Guy trying to go backside drag. Almost had it. Still another opportunity for it, though.
Oh, wow.
Hits another one. I don't know how he didn't bring any of those bags in.
He didn't touch any bag there.
Now you think, if he goes airmail again, something has got to fall.
Which he does.
And he brings one of Logan's in. Here's a chance for Chamberlain. If he can somehow avoid bringing that backside bag in, not quite. Won't get anything out of it. He'll say 5-4 as we head into round 7. Not sure what was going on with the lights over here.
There's a couple lights flashing.
I'm not sure what's going on. I think they might be getting ready for the broadcast, and so some of the lights seem to be flickering a little.
Well, we're back And throwing again, Jamie Graham puts that one off to the left.
They might have forgot to pay half the electric bill here.
It's a big facility.
I mean,
That's a big electric bill.
that's what I'm saying. Probably can only afford half of it.
We'll see if it impacts any of the throws here in this game. Burton trying to collect. He'll have one more shot at it. Jamie helps him out. Now here's Logan on a clear fourth bag, and he's got it. 4-bag wash for both Jamie Graham and Justin Burton Jr.
You know, I talked to the players about that last bag, like the stress of the last bag when everything's in, and it's just that one to keep it a full-on wash. And they say that stress is 100% real.
We saw that a lot in Erie, like specifically on our court. A lot of open board. I mean, sometimes it even looked like that. That was just a bad miss to start off around, but sometimes it would literally be the 4th bag of what would likely be a 4-bag wash, and they just completely miss. And it's a lot of mental, and there's really no better example of cornhole being a mental game that it is than those open board 4th bags. Chamberlain trying to limit the damage. He does. But again, that's where that random short miss can really impact you. 5-5 heading into the 9th. Burton replaces out in front. Chance here for Jamie Graham. Oh, I thought he might have gone back airmail. Burton almost collects 2. Taking a look at that final bag. Maybe it's sliding. And they're going to leave it. 5-5 heading into the 10th now. Again, if you're just joining us, Jamie Graham and Matt Guy in the king seat. Burton Jr. and Chamberlain will have to win 2 times in a row to take this bracket final. Graham and Guy only need 1 win in the next 2 games. Airmail is good for Matt Guy. And your strategy, you know, the airmail versus the roll bag, it's coming true, especially on this side. We'll see if Logan goes for a regular shot here, just trying to collect. Not quite enough on it. Here's Matt Guy up in front.
Guy has missed 3 airmails long, and I think that bag right there is a try to fix it.
Chamberlain wasn't able to finish all those bags. But he'll take a 1-pointer there. Get the lead back.
That guy's kicking himself over there.
I mean, it is incredible when you miss maybe 3 airmails out of, I mean, they probably shot 20 in the last few games, and they've only missed 2 or 3, and they're frustrated about that. That's the level we're talking about here. 6-5 in the 11th round of this one. Chase, I think there's a pretty good potential that this one could go pretty long. Neither team is really making enough mistakes, and when they do, they're not making each other pay.
You know, every time you say that, it goes pretty quick.
That's true. I don't know why, but it happens. Maybe they hear me, maybe they don't.
Murphy's Law, I guess.
I guess so. Strong round from Jamie Graham. Give him 2 there, 7-6. We really haven't seen too many long, like actual long games today. I feel like that's why it's been going pretty quick all evening. I think maybe the longest game was 23 rounds or so, maybe even less. It's been a lot of quick work.
Yes, it has been. I'm trying to remember. There seems like there was one really long one in there, and it was. I felt like it was Jamie Graham and Matt Guy versus someone.
Might have been Birchfield and Rawls potentially.
Yeah, that might have been it. That seemed like that one was.
9-6, Graham and Guy out in front. Another two-pointer, this time by Matt Guy. Round 13. Graham replaces out in front. Chance here, maybe for an airmail. Jamie will try it, and he's got it. Justin will help him with that frontside bag. And Jamie's feeling confident. He is feeling confident. I mean, it's not even a question for him at this point, and there's a really tough miss for Burton.
That's a big point. That's 8.
Huge round for the king seat. Guy and Graham 14-8. 14-6, I should say, an 8-point round. And all of a sudden, that big round that we were talking about, they were just kind of chipping away back and forth. And that one miss from Burton really, really changes things. And coming into this game, we said top-seeded JBJ and Logan, they were going to need to play ahead. They don't want to have to play from behind. And again, they've gotten to this situation where they need to make a comeback, and it's almost impossible against a person like Matt Guy, who leads the entire ACL in 4-bag percentage. It's really tough to put some points on the board against Matt Guy. And then with the way that Jamie Graham is throwing right now, where an airmail seems as easy as a regular slide shot for him.
You say that, but funny enough, I think it's been, Logan gaining the points for Burton and over Matt Guy right now.
Yeah, Matt's been very aggressive with the airmails, even when they were up. And it hasn't paid off every time.
It's legal. You can take it as long as it's not recommended, because if you drop it on the board when you're looking down there, you got to count. But it's not in the rule book.
You tell him, Jake.
I'm telling him.
Jake, the rules.
Broadcast game, eh?
Got the rules analyst over here.
You can do everything.
Logan airmail back off the board. 17-6. He rolls his eyes at that shot, and things are looking bleak for the number 1 team in the ACL. Graham and Matt Guy just 4 points away from another bracket win in their time together as doubles partners.
That was a beautiful 2-bag combo by Graham there to push that first bag up to a playable shot.
And at this point on the scoreboard, it's really reminiscing the first time these teams played together, 21-7 in the winner's bracket final, and now here in the official bracket final, 17-6. The score is looking very similar. So it seems like the time off has not affected Matt Guy and Jamie Graham at all. And you kind of have to expect that from two of the greatest of all time. They can come in and play their A game no matter what. Guy up top, airmail. Oh, just spins on the back side of the hole. Lucky that was even able to stay on.
He's going to go up.
Almost and one himself. Somehow kept it on the backside of the board. So a lucky break there for Matt Guy. 17-8 now. JBJ retakes lead bag. Do they have a comeback in them? Burton and Graham hole for hole. Tough miss for Burton. Might go on contact if something goes in for maybe Jamie Graham here. Big decision for Justin.
He's backloading it. I think it's going to be a roll. He misses.
Drifts to the left again. Here's a chance. Jamie Graham potentially could finish this one out if he leaves that left side bag.
He's got the W.
What a shot by Jamie Graham to finish things out. And no need for a second game. Jamie Graham and Matt Guy are your Bracket A champions. What an afternoon and an evening.
Wow.
For the winningest duo of all time in the ACL.
Great job.
It was the old bandage.
On their way to the doubles semifinal now.
Get your post interview with me? Yeah, why not? All right, let's go. Okay.
And now we have the one, the only Jamie Graham hopping on the live stream now. 21-8, the final here in the bracket final. You guys took down JBJ and Logan 21-7 in the winner's bracket final. A lot of similar things in the scoreboard. How are you feeling so confident today?
It's about time for me and Matt to show out.
Yes, it's about time.
It's about time, man. The last two nationals, we didn't shoot as good as what we know we could shoot, and today we've been on fire since game one. And we took down some good teams. Hey, shout out to Justin and Logan. You know, y'all, everybody knows how good they are, and I'm not big for the trash talk. I love Logan and Justin, but I feel good, man. Feels good to be in the Final Four for the national.
You guys took the doubles title at last year's ACL Bag Brawl, a chance to do it again this year. What are you looking to bring from this evening into, you know, the semifinal and eventually the final, hopefully?
I'm glad you said that. It might be this third national. I don't know. It might be a jinx or something. I don't know. I know last year, third national, we won doubles and I won singles. So if I can carry it over tomorrow for singles, it might just be a jinx, the third national of the year. But I look forward to me and Matt staying strong, and you know, we have to wait a whole day tomorrow to play tomorrow night, but I'm confident. I'm confident in my partner, Matt Guy. I mean, Matt Guy, everybody knows who Matt is, and as long as we stay strong, I think we're going to take it down.
Yeah, what's that weight like for tomorrow?
Yeah, everybody talks about that weight. I mean, it's tough. You got to wait, especially when you're throwing so good. You want to go ahead and play it, but I think the mentally strong, I mean, you have to wait a whole day. It is what it is, but if you stay in your head, you know how good you are. I mean, we carry this energy over here to tomorrow. We ain't going to have a problem, I don't think.
One of the most impressive things about your game today was the airmail. It seemed like you missed maybe one out of, I mean, I don't even know how many you shot. You barely missed. Was it the confidence going today? What was it going on today?
Outside, I called Stephen Curry. I called him outside on the phone. I said, Steph, what I got to do to make the airmail? It's the same thing as the three-pointer. And he said, just throw it. I said, all right. So I just started throwing it, and now I'm just playing. But I don't know, man. I've always been pretty confident in my airmail, but everybody knows Matt. Matt's the airmail god. But today, I just kept shooting it. So, I mean, I felt good about it. Not really nothing. I didn't change nothing. I just threw it. Just felt confident and just threw it.
All right, well, congratulations on the big win, and we'll see you probably on the broadcast.
I got one for you, Jamie.
Oh, yeah.
So the ACL content team came over and we played Bean Boozled with Jamie, which For the live streamers, that's a game which gives you a terrible flavor of jelly bean and a great flavor of jelly
Never
bean.
eating that again.
And Jamie, can you tell listeners what flavor you got?
It was something bandage.
It was Old Bandage.
Old Bandage. So anybody out there, if y'all ever play this game, you don't want to pick Old Bandage. It's the worst candy I've ever tasted in my life. And I tried my best not to vomit on the video that they were doing for ACL. I tried my best, and I was a team player. I didn't vomit, but I wanted to very bad. Do not try Old Bandage.
You heard it here first. So check out the ACL social media page if you want to check out Jamie Graham eating Old Bandage.
All right, thank you, Jamie.
Yes, sir.
Have a good night.
Thank you all.
Well, that is going to do it. Which camera are we on here? Right here. That'll do it for the live stream today. Thank you all for tuning in all afternoon and evening long. If you're on the East Coast, go get some rest. It's been a long day. We've got a lot more ACL coverage for you all weekend long. Again, thank you for tuning in. Jack, Chase, all of us thanking you and signing off.